bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us.
With especially aggravated kidnapping, you're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
You will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
You will bring the jury.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican praise Carbon Latino.
Is that correct?
That's literally not true.
I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for Trump's sake.
All right, there we go. We got it all in. Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Great to have you here this afternoon. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Getting you through the work day and closer to the all the trials that are coming up later this month. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Todd Hudak Clement, member for 12 months. Todd, congratulations. Grateful for giving. You're awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate your support. And someone was first in chat, and I don't know who. I can tell you, it wasn't me. Then you knew that already. I was like number 4. Who was first? Fess up. Somebody has. Hey, Mrs. R.A., how are you doing? Love you. All right. Guess who's not back? Judge Stevens. And I'm not sure if the jury just said we're hung and they left for the day, because it's been almost 2.5 hours of deliberation, which on a 2-day case, 2 hours, that's enough, especially when the whole thing happened on video. I think it should be an easier decision than what it is. Linda Lou, welcome. Glad we timed it perfect. I was waiting for you, Linda. I was waiting, actually. This is what we do here. You know, we try to comply with your schedule as much as we can. Let's see. Let's do a quick check there and here and here. They have not come back. This county is not one that's easy to get information out of either, so we'll see. I think you said somebody mentioned Judge Ricky.
I want to do the best thing I can do for myself, which is leave here and go to Andover Hospital and get their surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Grimes, I've given you some latitude to explain your recent history, including some degree of medical history in the case, but I need to state for the record why you're here. There was a warrant to show cause filed to allege probation violation almost 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
You made a first appearance on the warrant to show cause, and then when it came time for your hearing, you didn't show up.
Yes, sir. I was in and out of the hospital in Wichita and Andover at this particular time.
Regardless of the reason you failed to appear, the court entered an order of bond forfeiture, a bench warrant issue for your arrest, with an order that you be held on a no bond hold pending further proceedings in the case, expecting, of course, that you'd be taken into custody relatively quickly. Well, we've gone from 2024 to the year 2026 now.
Yes, sir.
Taken into custody. I need to reschedule your hearing.
I spoke with
him. To expedite his case to the docket coming up next week. Mandy, I'm going to address my assistant for a moment. The date I otherwise had was September the 11th, but I think I want to move his hearing up.
Okay, we can use August 14th at 2:30.
August 14 at 2:30 p.m. Further proceedings will be conducted. in relation to this old warrant to show cause that was filed in this case. Essentially failing to pay, failing to report to his probation officer.
I spoke with my new probation officer yesterday, I believe. Her name is Cassandra, something like that. That took over for my old probation officer.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did.
And I just let her know, what was going on with me and all that, and I'd like to get, back on track. I think her name was Cassandra. I think. I'm not really quite sure.
All right.
But I did speak with her yesterday, and she told me that if I was able to get out today to come over to her office to see her, and I told her that would be fine.
Okay, well, as far as this court's concerned, you're not getting out today. You're a horrible risk to let back out into the community, Mr. Grimes. You've been absent from the court system for almost 2 years now.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not going to make the same mistake again by releasing you back into the community. What I've done, though, is to expedite your court date, moved it off the September docket it otherwise would have been set, and set it for a relatively quick turnaround on the August docket in light of what you've stated to the court. I don't make light of your medical condition.
Hello?
It just seems coincidental that you're now wanting to have a serious heart procedure after 2 years of being absent, just when you get taken into custody.
I was wanting to do this last month, but I couldn't because therefore I was in custody at Sedgwick County. So therefore I couldn't get in to see my cardiologist or my doctor to get in for surgery.
Who's your cardiologist?
I don't remember his name, sir. I have two of them. One of them is in Wichita and one of them is in Andover.
Okay.
Judge doesn't believe him.
But my triple heart bypass surgery was due for like 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't make that because I was in the county.
Okay.
I just wanted to go get this surgery done, Your Honor.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. And I just want to get your case taken care of.
I understand that, and I want to get this
So
taken
James
care of,
Watts
too.
remains your attorney. He was appointed prior. So James Watts will remain as your attorney to represent you at your hearing next week. Your bond status remains no bond hold. And we'll hold you and we'll conduct your hearing next Friday, the 14th at 2:30 p.m., which will be conducted by Zoom in your case. All right, Mr. Baca, are you aware of anything further the court needs to address currently regarding Mr. Grimes?
The state is not aware of anything further, Your Honor.
All right. I hope the nurse takes good care of you there at the jail for the course of the next week, and we'll see you August 14th for further proceedings on your case, Mr. Grimes.
Thank you.
Karma Harris?
Yes, sir.
What's Sarah in here for?
Next case is in the matter of Karma N. Harris, 2023 JV 300006. Joseph Baca appears from the Butler County Attorney's Office, and obviously Ms. Harris appears from the detention facility Zoom location. Originally, there was a juvenile complaint filed back on November 9 of 2023 alleging possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony in count 1. Count 2, possession of drug paraphernalia for use, a Class B misdemeanor. It appears that a couple of first appearances were scheduled. The defendant never appeared on either one of those.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, there was some sort of complicating Sedgwick County case that existed. But now you're an adult and you're in custody. Ms. Harris, you've raised your hand. You wanted to say something?
Yes. At the time that they were scheduled, I was a minor and in foster care, and my caseworker never gave me an actual court date because this is when they were transferring from St. Francis to Amber Hope. So I remember going to Bob Johnson's and I got OR'd out when I was a juvenile on this case. I understand that I am an adult now and I'm full and well aware now that this case still exists. I didn't even know I still even had this case going on because it's so old. But I am willing to still work towards coming to court because I in Sedgwick County I did have a case open there that got settled and they granted me probation. They did grant me probation, so I already have obligations that I have to fulfill or I'm going to come back to jail. So I see me being here is never really, me sitting here is not really going to help my situation right now. I'm in school. I go to WTI for billing and coding. I'm trying to get my life together. I really am. So
let me out.
I do apologize for not showing up, but I didn't know of these court dates because I was always on the run when I was a kid and I was in secure care. And from there, I was just, thought I was grown. But now I am an adult and I'm trying to get my life together. They granted me probation for a year in Sedgwick County. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner I could actually go to the office and start my probation. I've been in jail for 2 weeks and 3 days. I am ready to start my life in a good way. And I feel like if Sedgwick County gave me a chance, you guys can too. Because I'm missing out on a lot of school.
All right.
I'm not homeless no more. I'm not running. I do have a place to go, and it's a sober environment. And my underlying is 6 months in Sedgwick County if I do mess up.
All right. Ms. Harris, did you have a court-appointed lawyer in Sedgwick County?
Yes.
Okay. Who was your attorney over there? Do you remember?
His name, I have his business card. It was Jennifer Loratz, and it was Eric
Hartenstein?
Hartenstein?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm familiar with him.
And they told
he's not currently on our appointment list here, so I'll have to appoint a different lawyer to represent you in this case. And in fact, I think you already have an established attorney in this case, as it is a juvenile matter, Stephanie Hughes. And that was an appointment that was made some time ago. I'm going to reappoint Stephanie Hughes to represent you in this case. Ms. Harris?
I'm more than welcome to work with you guys. Now that I know that I have this case, like I did not know. When St. Francis was turning into Amber Hope, they kind of, all the kids that was under their establishment just kind of got messed over in their cases because nobody told me that I still have this case going on. If I would have known that.
You certainly know now. That's a good thing that you know now so you can deal with it. The hearing date that the court will establish will be with Magistrate Judge Lee on August the 20th, 9:00 a.m. Defendant must be personally present at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas to participate at that time if she's not in custody.
I promise.
You have to appear at the Judicial Center in El Dorado if you make bond, right? What is the county attorney's office position regarding bond for this defendant between now and the August 20th court date?
Well, Your Honor, I do know at the prior hearing they had a no bond hold, but I certainly understand the court can now set a different bond. I think there's no significant history that I see to speak of other than what appears to be a recently resolved Sedgwick County case to consider. I don't have any information on the prior failure to appear other than the one that happened in this case. I think at this time the state would recommend a $2,500 cash or surety bond.
Okay. All right. Ms. Harris, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, if if likely, I was kind of hoping to get ordered out because I've been in jail for 2 weeks and 3 days. Like, and I most definitely will come to court. Like, that's not a problem. I went to Sedgwick County, they subpoenaed me for court, and I showed up on my first appearance when I was supposed to, and I still ended up getting locked up. I've been in jail since July 20th.
Okay. First, this isn't Sedgwick County.
I understand.
And number two, I think I need to point out that on the first appearance that was scheduled in juvenile court back in 2024, it was announced that you were AWOL, away without leave, apparently absconded would be how I would read that. I'm just saying what the notes say. I'm just saying what the notes say.
I was 17.
So as far as this court being able to find that an OR bond is appropriate, this court would have to find that you're not a risk to fail to appear. And I think you are a risk to fail to appear because it's taken 2 years to get you into court, Ms. Harris. So I believe that the prosecutor's request for a bond is reasonable. The court will adopt it and set bond in this case at $2,500, cash or professional surety required. With again, you being required to appear if you make that bond in person at the Butler County Judicial Center, August 20 at 9:00 a.m. for court before Judge Lee. Again, Stephanie Hughes is appointed as counsel.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Baca, is there anything else you think we need to address or readdress regarding Karma Harris at this time?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Very well. Then the Harris matter will be in recess at this time.
Hope she gets everything put together. The system stacked against her as in the system like that. This juvenile.
Storm Hunter?
Seriously? That's the name?
I didn't hear a response.
Yes, that's my name.
All right.
Your parents like weather much?
Court calls State of Kansas versus Storm Ayden Hunter. Case number 2026 CR 292. Joseph Baca appearing for the state and Storm Ayden Hunter appearing from the jail Zoom location. Mr. Hunter, I have before me a charging document which alleges in count 1, aggravated battery, a level 7 person felony. Count 2, domestic battery, a class B person misdemeanor. Count 3, assault, a class C person misdemeanor. That also has a domestic violence designation. You will not be asked to plead at this time as a felony is charged. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made before your assigned judge, which is the Honorable Jan Satterfield. Judge Satterfield's next docket for that purpose would be September 21, 2026 at 2:30 p.m. You must be present and fully participating in Judge Satterfield's docket at that time. September 21, 2:30 p.m., Judge Satterfield's court. All right, Mr. Hunter, can you hire your own attorney on this?
Possibly. I called my mom and grandma, and they're going to help me with it.
So is it your intention at this time to retain legal counsel?
Yes.
Okay, it's just very important that you have an attorney representing you at that September 21st hearing.
Okay.
Okay? So if you can't hire one, you'll need to make sure you file an application for court-appointed counsel so that Judge Satterfield can rule on it. Okay?
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to make a finding that the defendant intends to retain counsel. Therefore, counsel will not be appointed at this time. We've got our court date set. So the other thing we need to deal with here, Mr. Baca, is the question of bond for Mr. Hunter. What do you recommend?
Your Honor, no significant history to speak of. However, the charges are very serious. We have alleged victims in these cases. Based on that, state is requesting a $5,000 cash or surety bond, also requesting orders of no contact with victims, witnesses, or the property, no drugs or alcohol, and no firearms.
Okay. Anything you want to say about any of that, Mr. Hunter?
No. Is there any way to get the bond lowered?
Well, I haven't set the bond yet. Not sure why I would lower it, given the nature of the charges in this case. There's definitely some community safety risk here based on the alleged behaviors in this case. Where do you live, Mr. Hunter?
In Augusta.
Oh. Any criminal history here?
No.
To speak of, Mr. Baca?
No, Your Honor, no history to speak of.
Court will set bond in this case at $3,000. Cash or a professional surety required. Defendant must appear for court for each scheduled court appearance, observe all laws, not have any contact with Jose Luis Areola or Lillian Abigail Evans, the alleged victims in this case. He's to have no illegal drugs, ingestion, or alcohol usage as a condition of bond. And he's not to be in possession at any time of any type of firearm as conditions of his bond in the case. So $3,000 cash or surety bond. Court date with Judge Satterfield, September 21 at 2:30, with the defendant ordered to fully participate personally in Judge Satterfield's docket at that time. And he intends to retain counsel. Anything else we need to address, Mr. Baca?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunter?
No, I don't have anything to add.
The Hunter matters in recess at this time.
I want to know what Sarah's here for. She seems awfully relaxed to be a defendant, but she also doesn't look formal enough to be a lawyer. What do you think? What's your best guess? Just an observer? In portrait mode?
All right. Contina Cherie Grant.
Yes.
This is State of Kansas versus Contina Cherise Grant. It's case number 2025 CR 491. Joseph Baca appears for the state. Ms. Grant, from the jail Zoom location, I see before me a bench warrant and bond forfeiture order based on the defendant's failure to appear on May the 6th. It was an original court date scheduled for December the 17th of 2025.
It's been a while. It's been 6 months.
Residential service obtained. Interesting note here, court not a fan of residential service on warrants. Therefore, court directs the state to file an arrest warrant and request a bond. Then there was a first appearance date set for May the 6th.
The court doesn't like him?
Which means probably the defendant was arrested and a bond was posted, which would make the court wonder, Ms. Grant, why didn't you appear for court on May the 6th after you made bond?
Because I didn't have a rod, and I tried to find a rod like 2 days before my court date, and I could not find a rod.
And of course, there was the possibility that you could have appeared by Zoom. You didn't do that either.
I didn't know anything about Zoom.
Okay. Well,
ignorance is bliss.
And that was a $2,500 cash or surety bond that was ordered forfeited due to your non-appearance. We'll need to get you reset on Judge Crumb's docket.
If you forfeited $2,500,
we'll set this for August the 17th, 2:30 p.m. Judge Crumb's court. Defendant must fully participate in Judge Crumb's docket at that time. August 17, 2:30 p.m. All right, Ms. Grant, can you afford to hire your own lawyer?
No.
Okay, is that because you weren't working before your arrest?
No.
Because y'all took all my bond money.
And you don't have any financial resources to tap into to hire a lawyer?
No.
All right. We'll accept that at face value at this point, and we'll appoint an attorney to represent this defendant. Robert Moody will be appointed to represent this defendant. I think under the circumstances, Mr. Baca, the court's just inclined to leave the no bond hold order in effect. Does the county attorney's office see this differently?
No, Your Honor, state has no further input on the bond.
The turnaround for court, Ms. Grant, is relatively quick in this case as compared to many other similar cases. You're going to see Judge Crum on August the 17th and have the assistance of a lawyer. You can readdress the issue of possible reinstatement or reestablishment of bond with Judge Crum at this time, but your presiding judge has you under a no bond hold order, and the court's going to maintain that pending your August 17th court date.
Okay.
Baca, anything else we need to address on Cantina Grant?
Your Honor, this time state would just make an oral motion to withdraw the current motion for judgment on the bond.
Very well. Request granted. The motion for judgment on bond is ordered withdrawn at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very well. The grant matter is in recess. And I believe that's all of the cases that I have today from the jail.
Yes, Your Honor. Did you say that was a $2,500 bond?
Sarah's like, wait,
sorry, no bond hold.
No bond hold.
I misheard.
For Cantina Grant.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. You too.
I think Sarah has a case.
Okay. I'm going to address Court Security 1. And I'm looking for Nazario Rojas Varula.
I have him here. You ready for him?
I think so.
Our interpreter is currently on vacation in Madrid.
He requires the assistance of a Spanish interpreter, so I'm going to go ahead and administer an oath to that interpreter at this time. Mr. Ramirez, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you'll make a true interpretation in an understandable manner for the person that you've been appointed, and that you as interpreter will repeat the statements of such person in the English language to the best of your skill and judgment? So help you God?
I swear.
Very well. And again, your name is Luis Ramirez?
Sorry, that is correct. Shoes behind her.
This is State of Kansas versus Nazario Rojas Varula.
Muy bien, estamos ahora en el caso del estado de Kansas en contra de Nazario Rojo Virula.
It is case number 2026 TR 221.
Y este es el número de caso 2026 TR 221.
The court's docket notes indicate that the defendant failed to appear for a scheduled court appearance on July 1, 2026.
Los documentos de la corte reflejan que el acusado no se presentó en su primera audiencia que había sido programada para el día 1 de julio del 2026.
Pause for dramatic effect. And continue.
All right, I wish to inquire at this time, Mr. Baca, it would appear that the defendant failed to appear on July the 1st, and then a $5,000 bond requirement was set, which this defendant has now met. Is that your understanding as well?
That is the state's understanding, Your Honor.
All right.
Muy bien, señor Baca, tengo una duda aquí. Parece que había una fianza de $5,000 anteriormente y que el acusado pudo pagar y ahora está aquí nuevamente. ¿Es esto correcto? Sí, señor juez. Es lo único que tengo.
This case needs to be reset for further proceedings before Judge Webster on the interpreter docket.
Muy bien, este caso necesita ser reprogramado en la sala del juez Webster en la lista de casos con interpretación.
That court date is October 7, 2026 at 1:30 p.m.
Y esa corte va a ser el día 7 de octubre del 2026 a la 1:30 p.m.
The defendant must appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas for court that day, just like he did today.
Y el acusado necesita presentarse en la corte del condado de Butler County en El Dorado, tal como lo hizo el día de hoy.
Darren Patterson remains his court-appointed attorney.
Aaron Patterson sigue siendo
busiest man in Kansas.
El
Darren
abogado
Patterson.
asignado por la corte.
Does the defendant have any questions for the court?
¿El acusado tiene alguna pregunta para la corte?
No.
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 Mr. Baca, do you have anything further for the court to address?
Señor Vaca, ¿tiene algo más para que la corte
No,
se
Your
encargue?
Honor.
No, señor juez.
So the defendant must appear in court before Judge Webster, with him appearing at the Butler County Judicial Center, October 7, 1:30 p.m.
Entonces, el acusado se va a presentar en persona en el condado de Butler County, en frente del juez. Va a ser el 7 de octubre a la 1:30 p.m.
I get the feeling that Mr. Ramirez is
And if
not
the
a
defendant
native
doesn't, he's
speaker.
going to be in big trouble.
Y si el acusado no va a tener grandes problemas.
That concludes our court business today, and the
Eso-
defendant in this case is free to go at this time.
Eso concluye este asunto en la corte el día de hoy. El acusado puede ir, puede retirarse. Hemos acabado.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Ramirez. I think I can go ahead and release you at this time as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, so now we just have Sarah left. Three hours of deliberation. This is crazy.
Sarah Boston?
I'm here.
She said, I'm not the Sarah Boston you're looking for. Use the Jedi mind tricks.
Court calls State of Kansas versus Sarah F. Boston. It's case number 2026 CR 128. Joseph Baca appearing for the state. Sarah Boston on her own Zoom. Court's docket notes indicate that the defendant apparently failed to appear for a scheduled court appearance before Judge Webster on July 6, 2026.
And now you're on Zoom?
With Judge Webster establishing an order of bond forfeiture bench warrant, but establishing a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. It does appear that a new appearance bond requirement was met by this defendant through Butler County bail bonds. She currently has a surety bond in the amount of $10,000, which the court will approve and keep this defendant under pending further proceedings in her case.
So she no-showed but got a new bond. She no-showed to Judge Webster. She doesn't like that.
According to the docket notes from April the 8th, Ms. Boston, you said you requested a continuance to retain apparently your own attorney, but here you are appearing some 4 months later without a lawyer.
My circumstances had changed to I needed to appear today. I apologize for not appearing. My failure to appear was a clerical error. I was planning on attending it Zoom, but again, error, so I apologize for that. I did bond out, and I was requesting the paperwork from the attorney's office. I wasn't given anything, so I didn't even know. I don't have any paperwork on that first arrest. And when I first appeared, I asked for a continuance for an attorney, or to find my own attorney. My circumstances have changed since then. I was put in a position where I had to take a leave from school and my job in the Independence area, Missouri. Currently staying with my parents and need to have a court-appointed attorney at this time.
So there was a form that I think she should have filled out.
Are you still residing in Wellington?
Yes, my parents have lived here for 40 years, and so.
Here meaning Wellington?
Yes.
Okay. Court will, at this time, appoint a lawyer to represent
Darren
Sarah
Patterson.
Boston in this case.
And let's draw a name out of the hat.
If you wish to review. This is a misdemeanor case involving possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia, expired tag or registration.
The tags on my car, my reason for traveling from the Independence area to this area was my tags were overdue by like 3 days, and they were due to be renewed in Sumner County.
We're not going to determine guilt or innocence on any charge today, Ms. Boston.
Just explaining, I'm able to renew the tags, and so I'm just focused on the other 2 charges right now.
Okay, well, you still have 3 pending, just making you aware.
Focus on what you want. You've got 3 pending.
We'll reset this case. I really don't want to go out this far with this, but
for Judge
the
Webster,
date I currently have to use is November 2nd.
Oh.
8:00 a.m. That's a Zoom docket with Judge Webster. You must be on that meeting along with your attorney, Darren Patterson, at that time, November 2nd, 2026, 8:00 a.m.
Is there any way that I can have since I'm on leave from school, and part of that is my mother broke her arm at my son's graduation, so I stayed on to help her care for my nephew. He has autism.
Threw the hat too hard.
And I've been here in the home. My school was put on hold and I'm on leave. 6 months, I believe, I have to start paying back. There's a grace period. I start paying back the loans that I had taken out for my student aid. I have 3 months left to complete school. I plan on becoming a barber cosmetology educator. I've done both programs. This is just the second one that I'm trying to finish. It would halt my ability to pay back the bills that I have going on, and it would halt my education.
So what are you asking for? A sooner date?
And if I'm not attending court until November 2nd, then I'm not able to drive, given whatever the court decides to do with, whatever, something needs to be fitted to my car and able to travel. The closest place that I can go to is Wichita, and I have spoken to a school and a couple of programs in that area that would help work with me, like a vocab or a voc rehab program.
I'll just make the observation, Ms. Boston, that this case was initiated in April of this year. If you would have pursued it diligently from the very beginning, it very well could be over with by now.
I did have a massive.
But with that said, I'll cut you off. With that said, I can shift this to a different judge and give you an expedited date, which I think I'm inclined to do here. This case has been pending without progress long enough. So I'm going to set it August 21st, 1:30 p.m., Judge Lee's court.
Oh, that's
August
pretty nice. 2 weeks down the road.
1:30 p.m. Now that is a Zoom docket. Ms. Boston, and you will need to be on time and fully participate in Judge Lee's Zoom docket at that time. Again, August 21, 1:30 p.m. Darren Patterson appointed as your counsel. He'll represent you at that hearing, no doubt. And I've approved your new bond of $10,000 surety through Butler County Bail Bonds.
How would I receive that information? Is it via email, or do I contact the district clerk?
You just
For
got
what information? Oh,
I'm trying to write it down. I didn't catch the names. I've got Darren Patterson.
Yeah, you'll definitely need to be in contact with Darren Patterson, your attorney. I'm sure he can give you whatever direction or information that you need.
I appreciate it.
And he's an El Dorado-based attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything further on this case, Mr.
Little
Baca,
Google
that we need to
will
address?
serve you best.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Very well. Then I can go ahead and release you from the meeting at this time, Ms. Boss.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Taking on us a house tour. Doing the house tour.
Okay, do I have Amber Yoder at court security?
No, Judge, she's not here.
Bench warrant.
All right.
3 hours and 6 minutes. Still no verdict.
Case is State of Kansas versus Amber L. Yoder. It is case number 2023 CR 254. Joseph Baca is appearing for the county attorney's office. Though there is no appearance from the defendant, I do see a warrant to show cause alleging probation violation in this case. I'm trying to determine now exactly how this defendant was served.
She asked for a quicker court date, so it moved to a different judge's docket.
I do note that there's an appearance bond out of Sedgwick County, which required the appearance of Ms. Yoder. Apparently, she was picked up on this warrant, posted bond through Pat Stevenson of A Mama Bail Bonds.
Pat's not going to be happy.
And the court date on the face of the bond is August 5, 2026, today, at 1:30 p.m., which was 47 minutes ago. And there's been no appearance by the defendant, Yoder. Mr. Baca, do you have any information that would shed light as to why Amber Yoder did not appear in this court as required by her bond out of Sedgwick County?
No, Your Honor, I have no additional information.
The court at this time will order bond forfeiture, a bench warrant issue for Amber Lucille Yoder, with Ms. Yoder to be held on a no bond hold pending further proceedings in her case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is a warrant to show cause alleging probation violations. It can be, further hearing can be rescheduled when she's picked up on the warrant.
Judge Ricky's quite serious, which I
All right,
like.
Mr. Baca, are you aware of anything else we need to address as part of this docket?
Your Honor, I believe that's everything I have.
And that's the last name on my list. Thank you, counsel. If there's nothing further than that, we'll conclude the Butler County first appearance docket at this time.
And they did right at that time. So we're now going to go to Arts, Beats, and Eats. Yes, Royal Oaks has to get that traffic money somewhere.
I don't think we've been scheduled.
No, 10:30 is my last one. Yeah.
See if we can get make a little revenue for the town here off of parking violations.
Mr. Orzo, please unmute yourself and turn on your camera.
I'm not sure if this is
Unmuted.
actually
Hello?
parking violations. We'll see.
Yeah. Can you get your camera on?
Yes, sir.
This is citation 26 RO04873 and 4873A. The tickets were issued on the 14th of July, about 11:48 in the morning on Woodward near Woodsley. The first ticket was for disobeying a traffic signal. The second was expired plates.
Ooh, a moving
As
violation.
to the traffic signal, you have the right to admit or to deny responsibility, or to admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
I was guilty. I have my plate, a new plate and a new registration. The cop said that he'd throw it out if I bring it up.
Are we doing an ear exam?
Okay, so you are admitting responsibility on the disobey the traffic signal. And when
Yes,
did you
sir.
get
I
the
ran
lights?
past a yellow light, turned red. I got it 2 days ago.
Did you have the registration so you can put it in front of the camera?
We'll have to cut back a little bit.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do a full screen back here. Trust me, it's up there. We just don't want to show
Would you read me the bottom 8 numbers on the left corner? Bottom left corner of the first
The
8.
camera so it could be better.
It is 867-5309.
Bottom numbers.
Yep, I read them already. 860867. Thank you, Greeners. The math is hard. 5309.
You see it, sir?
No, I can't.
No, I can't see it. It's blurry as all get out.
Okay. The next two are 2026.
Excuse me?
Yes, to the license plate officer.
I'll make a motion to dismiss.
Okay.
Hello, officer.
So
you
the
look awfully big on my
license
screen.
plate ticket is dismissed, Mr. Graham. The other ticket, the fine is $150.
Not as big as the defendant's ear,
You
though.
can pay it online.
Okay.
You can pay it by mail, or you could drop by the courthouse and pay it at the counter if you prefer.
I stay exactly across the street from the courthouse.
Oh, that'll be easy then.
Yes, I walk
Okay.
across the street.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I think he treated that like it was a phone call. We were up against his ear. Must have been super loud on speaker.
Mr. Alamir, please unmute yourself.
Turn on your camera. Say something.
Alamir, please unmute yourself. Here, you got your camera. Now, if you would unmute yourself, please.
The conversation will go smoother if we're able to hear you, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is ticket 26RO03161. The ticket was issued on the 11th of May, about 8:40 in the evening in the area of Royal Oak near Stevenson and University Streets. You were cited for disobeying a stop sign. You can admit responsibility for that. You can deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
Deny.
Sir, my language is not really good. I got my son with the other side. He can explain to you.
Okay, but what I'd like is for you to tell me if you stopped at the stop sign or not.
I stopped, but the police say no completely.
Well, if you didn't stop, there's no such thing as an incomplete stop.
Yeah, no complete stop.
Now, is that what happened?
Yeah, this what was
No
happened.
complete stop.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to make an explanation, sir? Or perhaps your son has been told by you what his explanation is. Do you want to tell me what your dad's explanation is, please?
He said, is there somebody that's requesting to join Sam Alamir?
This is Fadel Alamir.
Yeah, this is my name, Fidel Amir. But
Okay.
my language is not really good. It's supposed to
It's
be
pretty
my
good.
son, Sam.
Oh, your son Sam wants to say something. Okay, Sam.
wants to join.
What does your dad want us to
He
hear
wants
from
he
you?
wants you to let Sam up. I'm his grandson.
Okay.
So what
did he say his explanation was for not stopping at the stop sign?
He said he didn't stop at it completely.
Well, there's no such thing as an incomplete stop. He either stopped or he didn't. So he said he didn't stop completely, so he didn't stop.
Yeah.
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 If my son, Hassan Al Amir, is other side to talk to you, to explain to you what
I think you don't need to triple team me. I think the two is enough. Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
it's just I need to
I
remove
asked the officer to.
No, I have no motion.
Mr. Alamir, I believe you correctly admitted not stopping. The fine on that is $150. You can pay it online or by mail or at the courthouse counter. The Secretary of State is going to send you a letter to tell you how you can stop these points from going onto your record. And will offer you an online traffic safety class. And I think they have them in many different languages. So you can take the class that the Secretary of State will send you a letter about, but the fine still needs to be paid, and that's $150, sir. Thank you.
Sir, just I need to remove the points.
No, you don't need to remove the points. You can stop the points from going onto your record, and you can do that by taking the class that the Secretary of State is going to tell you about. The Secretary of State will send you a letter, and it will describe the process of taking an online traffic safety class to stop the points from ever going onto your record.
Does the Secretary of State have more
These
important
points
things to be
won't
doing?
go on your record until you've had a shot at taking the class.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Magistrate. How you doing? My name is Sam Elamir. I am the son of Fidel Elamir, and I just was trying to join the call the whole time. I've been in the lobby.
You have no standing to join the call, sir, but I understand your dad needed some help. He got it from, I presume that's your son, Sam.
Yeah, that's my son. Yes.
But the bottom line here is that your father correctly admitted not stopping completely. That's what he got the ticket for. And he can still keep the points off his record by taking the class that's offered by the Secretary of State. He doesn't need to do anything to make them do it. Send it to him. They'll send it to him automatically. The ticket does need to be paid, and it's $150. Thank
Okay,
you.
when does it need to be paid by?
Well, if he was standing here in the courtroom, I'd say to pay it before you leave the building. What kind of time does he need?
I mean, if you can give him a day or so, I mean, he can go to the courthouse, but if I'm with
Not
him,
a
it'll be
problem.
probably a lot.
Let's call it one week to pay.
1 week to pay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Does he have
Have a
to
good
go in front of the judge or anything, or he's all
No,
set?
he just did.
He just did.
Oh, perfect.
He's all
Okay,
set.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
The judge is like, you're out of here. Got our $150. Cha-ching. That'll pay for the city employee picnic party. At least the drinks. No alcohol.
Got Ben and Renat. Okay, this is 26 RO04846. Mr. Gannett, you were cited on the 13th of July at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of
These are all moving violations.
4th and Hendry Streets for failing to yield, and there was a crash. You can admit responsibility, you can deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation.
Please explain.
How do you wish to proceed?
I would like to admit responsibility and add to that, if I may.
What is your explanation, please?
It's not an explanation, it's a plea. I believe I have a very good driving record. I was never assigned points to my record license and never committed anything that warrants points.
And tell us.
And I would like to ask for some leniency and keep points away from my record. Thank you.
Officer?
Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
Did he explain to why he failed to yield? He said he didn't do anything to merit points, but as I cited him, failed to yield.
That's
meriting points. So if he can just say something to that, I mean.
I obviously did not see the stop sign. I am not sure exactly why. I don't want to make excuses. It's a fact that I did not yield. There were some lighting conditions. I cannot point as to why.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's not going to be lighting conditions.
We had strong shadows.
It's a very shady street, and some sunlight came through the trees. It might have affected me. I'm honestly not sure.
Can I amend it to take off the accident to fail to yield? Or
No, the accident is already part of because you did
that happened. There's accident.
Yeah, no motion then.
Yeah, you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Like,
Do you have a motion
I'll still
or not?
can I make a motion to amend to impede still?
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
So impeding with a crash.
I was wondering if you can like amend it to like just fail to yield and not fail to yield accident. Would that even do anything? Would that do anything?
I don't think we can do that because it's the same number of points with or without an accident.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't affect it.
Impeding with a crash is $220.
The fine goes up.
And no points, Mr. Granat. No points, $220 thanks to the officer's motion.
The fine goes up, but no points. So you
can
pay the
it online,
cities instead of
pay
your
by mail,
insurance.
or you could pay it at the counter of the courthouse if that works for you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you, Officer Markham.
Oh, thank the officer by name.
Hey, you are good to go, sir. I can help you.
I'm trying to exit the meeting. I
I'm
apologize.
trying to leave. I'm stuck here, Judge. I'm getting out of here as soon as I can.
Judges. No sound yet from Mr. Judges.
I love this little court. If only they could expedite this process. They're so picky about
Mr. Judges.
First, you have to say what
yourself.
you want to do, and then what you want, how you then explain. And if they could just be less formal in this court process,
Mr.
they
Judges,
could
please
really
unmute yourself.
make a lot of money.
Okay. Camera would be good too.
State of Secretary
Can
of
you
State
turn on the
Michigan.
camera, sir?
Okay.
Oh, kids in court. Nice. We got kids in court. DMV or BMV in other states.
Okay. Unmute.
You're unmuted.
Got it. Blow network and close network. Please enable your camera. Okay.
Okay. Please be appropriate. Please be appropriate.
Okay.
So this is ticket 26RO04745. Mr. Judges, you were cited on the 9th of July in the area of Royal Oak near 14 Mile in Delamere for disobeying a traffic control device. You can admit or deny or admit with an explanation.
It's got to be what?
How do you wish to proceed?
The train arms are a stoplight, right? He's still working on the cameras, Your Honor.
I'm looking at the screen and it says the person that's here is Nasser Judges.
And would wish to, if we could.
Say what?
Would wish if we could go to school if possible.
You want to go
I'm
to
not
school?
here talking school. I want to. This is the date set for a hearing on this civil infraction. Is he? Are you admitting or denying responsibility for the citation that the violation is disobey a traffic control device? Did you run the light or not? Which one of you is Nasser Jarges?
Yes, we were
I don't
subjective.
know
We
who
thought
he
it
is
was
with one
yellow
name.
turning into red.
Who is Nasser Jarges?
That guy on the left is like him.
Him, and I'm the translator.
No, I'm not speak English.
You just
I'm the
did.
brother.
You just.
You're in court, sir. Please take off your hat.
Oh,
You're
okay,
in
I'm sorry.
court. You want to be his translator? Take off your hat.
No hats for translators.
Does he understand he got a ticket for running a red light?
Kamers, fehme bin ich noch ticket on red light.
Does he understand? Okay. Is he admitting or denying that he ran the light?
He's using internet from the 80s. This is dial-up. It's the 90s.
On in order A.
Yes.
I asked an either-or question, and the answer was yes. is he admitting that he ran the light, or is he denying that he ran the light?
The translator doesn't know English.
He admits, Your Honor, that he ran the light.
What did he tell you his explanation was?
كاميرا يعني ميلا السبب كما خطر اللايت كمورة أكيد إمور طالي وش أوثا إيه وش أوثا طالي خوثي اللي لحمة. So he believes that he was yellow, and as he was going through the light turned to red.
Why don't you ask him what
and
a
he
yellow
was afraid
light means?
the guy behind him not
Yeah, but that guy stopped or he would have got the ticket. What does a yellow light mean to him? Solid yellow.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I'll tell him. Is prepared to stop.
No, not you.
No, sir. That's not what solid yellow means. Solid yellow means stop. Yes. There's precatory language that says unless you can't stop safely. So it doesn't say conveniently or happily.
Yes, I just explained it to him.
Yes.
He agrees with you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The fine is
He made that
$130. It can be paid online or by mail,
That's what he just said.
or you can pay it at the courthouse counter. $130 online or by mail or at the counter in the courthouse. Thank you.
And he hung up on them.
Okay, Ron.
No problem.
They gone. Yellow means
Officer
stop.
Markham, we are down to Zoom user, phone number, Zoom user, phone number. So let's start with the first Zoom user.
Ooh.
As screen names. Zoom user, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Vanessa Rumsey.
Your ticket is 26RO04769. You were cited back on the 10th of July at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of Greenfield and Judson in the city of Royal Oak for operating a vehicle while using a mobile electronic device. You can admit, you can deny, or you can admit with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
Admit with an explanation.
What is your explanation, please?
I was on a conference call via Bluetooth with my vehicle and my phone slid onto the floorboard of the driver's seat. So I went to pick up my device and just set it off to the side. And immediately I was flicked. It was very quick from the red light to acceleration to getting pulled over by the officer. I wasn't texting or anything like that. I just simply was just moving my device out of the way so that my...
You can't do that. You can't touch it. You can't even take it from your pocket to your lap. It can't be in your pocket, or you can't sit in your lap even.
Understood, magistrate.
There's no points for this yet. And I say yet because I think they're going to sooner or later, but they haven't as of yet. But the fine is $220. It does need to be paid. It can be paid online or by mail, or it can be paid at the courthouse counter if that's more convenient for you.
Understood. I was just wanting to have a meeting about it just because it did fall into the floorboard of the driver's seat. So
You got to leave it there.
okay.
The only time you can have it in your hand is if you're legally parked. You could be stopped at a stop sign, stopped at a red light. You can't have it in your hand then either.
Understood. Thank you, magistrate.
Just made it very clear. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Next iPhone user. Judge Hart in Kansas is.
I read your remarks.
Is working as well.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Someone is online from a telephone that ends 1696. What's your name?
5309. 5309. What's your name?
Someone has dialed in. What is your name, please?
Well, you're going to get a bench warrant.
Phone number has just come online. The last four digits are the first of the phone number, 1696, 1696. Please tell me who you are.
Hi, this is Tyler Young.
What is your name?
We don't want to give away your name.
Tyler Young.
Okay. Your ticket is 26 RO0 3589 and 3589A. One ticket was for driving on expired plates. The other ticket was for driving without insurance. The tickets were issued at the same time, about 10:30 on Woodward near Grandview, back on the 25th of May. On the 25th of May, was the vehicle that you were driving insured?
No.
Have you gotten the new plates for that vehicle?
No. I recently lost my job, so I've been trying to Instacart where I was before I got the ticket. But yeah.
Instacart?
No proof of insurance is $175.
So you've
no points.
You've been driving your car because you lost your job.
This isn't going to help your budget any. And then expired plates is $130.
It's up to like 300 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would it help if I extended the time to pay for 30 days?
Okay.
Okay, is a yes,
30
no?
days to pay.
Weebug, 27 months makes you an OG. Thank you very much.
In the event in 30 days, you're still not in a good position to pay. Don't just blow it off. Contact the court. Because if you go beyond the 30 days without paying the no proof of insurance ticket, your license will be suspended.
Yeah, I know.
So don't ignore it. If you get to the end and you just can't pay, contact the court and they'll work something out with you.
So we're sorry to wake you,
okay?
But court has
I've been hearing the court can give me a payment plan or something like that.
We'll talk about that in 30 days. See if you can get the whole thing paid in 30 days. If you can't, contact the court.
Okay. I'll try to work it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nope, they hung up on him.
See who the next Zoom user is. Oh, we got a person.
There's a really animated witness in McBurney's court. I'm pretty sure it's a divorce hearing, but I want to poke my head in just for a second. Can we?
Next Zoom user.
I didn't know until after I got out of jail that because I couldn't call David or ask anything like that. So I just was waiting until I got out of jail. But my gosh, that took forever.
How much money did you make working DoorDash? Per week?
Yeah, I mean,
or per month?
I would,
on average, just one number.
I don't really know since I never really saw the money. It just went to David's account.
Okay, so it was sort of set up where the earnings would be deposited into a joint account, or what kind of account?
Sorry, he just
it wasn't I don't believe it was a joint. It was just like the money went to his account or whatever.
Right, but you can still see
my
your
paycheck went to the.
You can still see your earnings on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
I
wasn't really checking it. I was more checking, like I would like sign up to the thing and I would like go pick up something or whichever, and then I would come home.
So you don't know how much money you were making?
Not to be able to really say it.
How much did you work in DoorDash? Did you work a lot or a little? Or?
It was like 2 trips every like 2 days or so. Like it'd be like whenever I could squeeze it in. There'd be days where I would do more, or there'd be a day where I would do one long trip, and then I'd be like, whew, like that was a big one. And so I'd like but it was like off and on. Like some days I would do 3 trips. It would all depend on like if I could kind of squeeze it in between already picking up David's stuff. So I was like already door dashing for David, but then I would door dash on top of that. You know.
Okay,
basically.
and there was also some mention of you going downtown to do community outreach, or I don't know if it's like fundraising or something to that effect. Do you know what I'm talking about? Your husband testified that you would go downtown to either raise money or something to that effect.
Yeah, it was like this
work.
this little work dealio thingamadilly where like you go there and you
dealio thing
like
thingamadilly.
Try to get people to donate for like a fundraiser thing or like a thingamadilly, and it just was like you would have to get up way too early to be able to go do it. So I wasn't able to do that for very long at all. Like it's not a thing I was.
What year
Not a
was
morning
the
person.
Toyota Prius purchased?
I think it was in like 2019,
and it's called the Prius.
maybe, or like I think it was like 20.
Was that the same year the dog was purchased?
We're going to bail because this is a divorce type thing.
Okay.
But-
How did you, how did you both come into possession and ownership of Zozo, the dog?
Zozo.
So I came up with the total idea that I need to get a puppy dog because my mama passed away. And I just this is the time for it. David was not looking for a dog or not interested in getting a puppy dog. He was kind of confused. He was like, "You're going to get a dog?" And I was like, "Yep, I sure am going to get a puppy dog."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like talking to Nana about it. It was that Christmas or my birthday or something. I was going to get some money and I was going to get one puppy dog and it was going to be a puppy, but it wound up falling through. So I tried. This was going to be a very expensive puppy dog, this Zozo. He's a purebred border collie.
Mm-hmm.
And I wound up calling her on the phone and we had these long talks and she was like, "This puppy dog has went through a lot. And I can see that you're like really wanting to hang out with the puppy dog a lot and stuff like that. So I want to help you out and I want to help him out. And so I really think I want to sell this dog to you and I want to sell it to you for like the amount you can pay." So I wound up like being able to pay what I was able to pay, which was like just $300. And I wound up driving all the way to Ohio, just myself in the car.
Pick up the puppy
it was
dog?
like David, it was really just separate from this. It was not a thing that David was interested in. It was like, "This is your dog." It was obvious it was my puppy dog. It was 100% obvious.
Excuse me.
It was like my emotional support puppy doggy.
Okay. Your Honor, earlier in the morning, I had submitted D6 and D7, which was the dog contract and the vet visit. Does the court have?
I do.
Are those still there? Okay.
Would you like me to hand them to Mr.
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Here are 6 and 7, sir.
Okay.
So I'm just showing you two documents. Would you mind taking a quick look at them? Tell me if you're familiar with them. So how? D9.
Yeah.
These are
so-
D6, D7, sorry.
Yes, I'm familiar with these.
Okay, and are these documents related to the purchase and care for the dog?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what Monica, the person who sold the puppy dog, sent.
All right, and how
I've never
did
heard it
you
called
come
puppy dog
into possession of these documents?
She sent it to me over the phone.
Okay, who is she?
Monica. She was from Bent Creek Border Collies. That's like her little thing. And she's the one who was responsible.
She the seller of the dog?
I believe that
Breeder?
she wound up getting, because basically the puppy dog was a pick of the litter from another woman. And she
Listen to
wound
the
up
question.
noticing that the woman was breeding him a little bit too fast because he's a very special border collie. And so he has a stud dog basically. And the lady was trying to get money way too fast with him. So Monica wound up driving across the thing, seeing him, saying, you got to sell the dog because you got to sign this contract thing saying that she can do that. And so I believe that I actually picked up the dog from the Ohio, and the lady that was being forced to sell it was like the middleman because it went straight from her to me. So I don't know if I picked it up from Monica, but I picked it up from Monica's friend. It was like a friend of hers from another border collie place.
All right.
Border collie.
Ms. Yarber, do you have any objection to the admission of Exhibit 6 or 7? You did before through a different witness, and you may still, but are cut to that chase.
Judge, it's the same objection of hearsay. I don't think that it would fall up under business records of session. Monica's not here to prove that this is the document that she gave her, but nonetheless, if he's trying to prove that he purchased a dog, okay, I'm not certain what the documents would help to show the jury anyway.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Polanco, as to Exhibit 6 and 7?
Legally operative words. If a person in a in a commercial transaction says, I accept, the statement I accept is not hearsay. It is a legally operative word. It is non-hearsay. Hearsay is not the correct objection.
Okay.
It falls in the 4 categories above hearsay.
Okay, I'm gonna exclude 6 and 7. You can certainly ask your client more about the dog acquisition process.
It's a puppy dog.
But 6 and 7 will stay out. Can I have those back, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Puppy dog contract not coming in.
I got it right.
Got it.
Those are 2 things.
Thank you. Yep.
Is this a jury trial?
Okay, so presumably you want to keep the dog.
100%. That's like I mean, if I'm losing David, which I'm in a position where, like, I agree, if he really, really doesn't want to be around me, of course he doesn't have to be, but it's rough for me because this is like the love of my life, that my little teammate guy, the guy I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? I hope you're doing good. I don't know what's happened, but it seems to be happening. Now my doggie, I can't also lose a doggie that I literally love, and I've done I have never hurt that puppy dog. 100%, like, by far, absolutely would never ever hurt that puppy dog whatsoever. That's like my kid, like my everything. That's like a puppy dog that I literally wind up like snuggling a lot. I'd be like, you said I snuggled it all day, but I would snuggle him all the time whenever he was home because Sozo was scared of him. So he would always be. That's why that's even like why we wound up not started sleeping together very much, because I was always like over there making sure Sozo's okay. Sozo didn't really like being around the whole thing. I was just constantly loving on the puppy. I mean, we went outside like all the time. We were outside. We were hanging out with the people. Like he didn't like ever walk Sozo. If I was there, he never did. There was like never a time where David wound up being able to do it, because Sozo wouldn't even walk out the house. He'd be like, no. No, that one. No, that one.
All right, next question.
Full-time pup owner.
Okay, Mr. Terry. So what are you asking your husband in terms of Alan?
Well, like, I wish I would have been able to talk about it, without, like, it's like I need help getting on my feet. Because right now.
Why is that?
Because, I mean, just everything just got taken out from under me like a total rug. I don't, like, right now, just like, I can't go get, like, I'm relying on my 81-year-old like grandmama that has a heart problem, and she's having to do everything. I can't even get a job right now because of the fact that I have this ankle thing. I have to sit at the house all day long, just sitting around, and I would never hurt David or do anything like that. I'm not that vibe at all.
He's on ankle
so
monitor.
I'm just sitting here for no reason, confused. We're all confused. What's going on? Why did this happen to me? And I've been with him now, like I literally met him online at 15 years old. Now I'm 30. Well, he left me at 31 by just throwing me out the house and saying bye. He could let every one of my cards go. He did not pay a single thing. I have no insurance. I have no anything. I've just been thrown out of my whole life, my everything, including the guy that I literally like would just want to help even now. Like, even if he was hanging out with some other guy, or if he was being with, I'll be like, yo, what's up? How you doing? But I can't even do that. So I'm just like sitting here completely messed up. I don't know what to do. And I need some help. I need like something. Like I need like, I would love to be able to like I don't have any money for a car payment. I don't have any money for insurance. I got my teeth messed up. Like there's like a tooth that literally messed up, and
you don't need to show anyone.
Oh, okay.
But
anyways, I don't have dentists. I can't go to a dentist, so it just cracked and fell.
So I guess the reason I asked this question is because it's been asked before, is that two things. Number one, that you want to be taken care of for the rest of your life. And number two, let me finish, that what happens when a person refuses to accept responsibility when they're able-bodied? In other words, your marriage has lasted approximately 7 or 8 years, from December 2018 to present. And the marriage presumably will be dissolved.
Can someone explain this legal proceeding?
Divorce. So considering the length of that marriage and the time that you've been in that marriage, the question becomes, well, you're still young, you're still healthy, you're young, you can go out there and be able-bodied and get a job and help support yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
For those two things.
Yes, and I
The
just
permanent and the able-bodied.
What was the first thing that you said?
Permanent.
Yeah, so I'm obviously not looking for this forever. I don't think he should pay me like for the rest of my life or anything like that. I just need like an amount to where it makes sense that we are deciding, like, because I want to get good enough. Like, I want to be like good. I want to be able to have a car. I want to be able to like have a job. I'm not looking to be taken care of. In fact, that's why I decided to say to him and make these choices that, okay, I will wind up start working on leaving. I mean, I was actually working on it. Whenever all this happened. I think that's literally why it happened, is because I was actually taking him seriously for once. I was like, okay, I'll start really working. And then all of a sudden I just got it pushed. I mean, like, okay, well, how about this? Boom. So now I'm in a position where everything's a shock. Like my family had to do all this crazy stuff with jail, that why am I there? There's all this insanity because he put me, he did a thing in jail that said I get nothing. Like we were so stressed, my whole family, like we couldn't afford a lawyer. We had to have God's graces with Carlos, but like I literally was served a paper in jail that said you get absolutely nothing and I'm stealing your puppy dog. Like I'm totally stealing him. Like you kidnapped your dog and goodbye. By the way, you can't talk to me.
Judge, I'm going to object to narrative based on the question that counsel asked about what is he seeking for alimony.
Okay, let's get back to figures.
Oh,
yeah.
Why is there a jury here?
Permanency, not permanent. You do not want permanent. So for how long do you want it? Or, I mean, just more or less.
Yeah, like I think like from like 3 years to even if whatever the jury decides, however much, if it's like 1 year to 3 years, however much. Okay. If it's like 2,000 a month to 1,500 a month or something like that.
And you've already heard that your spouse was earning approximately 130,000 per year at Virtual Marketing LLC, which is a contractor for Fiserv, including discretionary bonuses at the end of the year. And you've also heard his expenses. You know, his expenses are substantial because a lot of eating out and stuff like that, but which you're aware of because you were going to get those foods. But my question is, so do you feel that he has the ability to pay that, given your experience of what you know?
Yes, 100%. Yes, and I want it to be fair. Like I want this to be like an actual, we go our separate ways or whichever. He says he wished me the best. I wish him the best too. I want him to be kick butt and awesome. And I'm sure he wants me to also grow and become somebody that 100% is doing good. And obviously we agreed fully to be with each other forever. 100%. Like it was guaranteed, like that was supposed to be the guaranteed thing. And I hit 31 and all of a sudden he's like, oh, bye. And it's like I'm in a position where like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I wasn't expecting this at all to happen. Just like bye, without any explanation or like any understanding of why this was happening.
That's going to be my last question. So the reason or the expressed reason, stated reason for the divorce, is it financial? Because there's been some complaints that maybe your overspending may have contributed to some debts. Your husband says that he has debts, that he has caused him a lot of financial stress.
All right, this is fun, but
so
we
that's
have to
one
bail.
thing.
I apologize.
The other thing
We
is
have
this
to bail.
religion.
We have to bail because the judge is back. I'm sorry. Normally, we don't like family courts because kids are involved. There's only a puppy dog there. Judge Stevens is back. Let me see if I can pause that one. Does McBurney let you? Let me check and see. Yeah. We should be able to pause it.
Yes. You know what that is? It's on this at 8. I didn't know that ever showed up, but
I'll look into it, Judge.
Trying to skip ahead and see what we have going on here because we're just a minute behind. Let's see what's happening here.
The state's attorney is here, the defendant is here, and the defense attorney is here. The court has received a message from the jury that the jury has reached a verdict or verdicts in these cases. We will bring the jury out and find out what those are. Oh, thank you. And I asked the bailiff to bring the jury forth, and the alternate will be summoned as well, and we will receive the verdicts often from what they are.
Trevontae Nichols was charged with shooting in a vehicle where 3 occupants were there. A man, his wife or significant other, and their child, 9-month-old child. The car was hit multiple times, as were other cars and the building. What building you say? Well, Last Call Liquor Store, of course. This all went down when they both walked into the same building. They had some beef, but everyone lied and said it didn't exist. So no beef existed, but it ended in gunfire. 79 shots were fired in the parking lot. That's how many casings they found. 60 of those were shot by the victim. But here we have the defendant facing charges here for 3 charges of aggravated assault with deadly weapon, obviously, with the firearm. And jury has reached a verdict after 3 hours and 50 minutes of deliberation. So where's the beef is coming to an end, and then we're going to jump back to the doggy trial. John,
the record shall show all parties are present, and the jury is present in the courtroom. And Ms. Hicks, I understand you are the jury foreperson. We have received a message on behalf of the jury that the jury has reached a verdict in this case or cases. There are 3 cases before the jury. Is this so now?
Yes, sir.
Is this verdict or verdicts unanimous ones? That is, one or ones that are agreed upon by all members of the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do any of the jurors disagree with your foreperson's representations? No disagreement is indicated. The verdict or verdicts do indeed appear to be unanimous. I'm going to ask you to please pass the documents to the bailiff. You may be seated. I will review for proper form and publish the verdict or verdicts.
Hello.
All right, the court has reviewed the verdict or verdicts. The defendant shall rise. In cause number 24 CR 300, the state of Texas versus Trevontae Nichols, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as charged in the indictment. This verdict signed on behalf of the jury by the jury foreperson. In cause number 24 CR 301.
That was for Mr. Bennett.
The state of Texas versus Trevontae Nichols, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as charged in the indictment, signed by the foreperson of the jury.
That was for a baby mama.
And in cause number 24 CR 302, in the state of Texas versus Trevontae Nichols, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as charged in the indictment, and this verdict as well is signed by the jury foreperson. All 3 guilty verdicts in these cases are received, made a part of the record for all purposes. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, at this time I have received and accepted your verdicts, finding the defendant guilty of the offenses of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, second-degree felonies in each of these 3 indictments that were before you. That brings us to a close of phase 1 of the trial. We will now go to phase 2, the punishment phase of the trial. And let me repeat once again, you are still under all the instructions that have been given to you before. Let me see the lawyers real quickly up here, please. Thank you.
All right.
You want to huddle for just a moment?
While they
Ladies and
huddle,
gentlemen?
we're going to switch back. I'm sorry. Had I known this was going on, Josh, we're going to switch back to McBurney really quickly because it's fabulously interesting.
That, given your experience of what you know.
Yes, 100%. Yes. And I want it to be fair. Like, I want this to be like an actual, we go our separate ways or whichever. He says he wished me the best. I wish him the best too. I want him to be kick butt and awesome. And I'm sure he wants me to also grow and become somebody that 100% is doing good. And obviously we agreed fully to be with each other forever. 100%. Like, it was guaranteed, like that was supposed to be the guaranteed thing. And I hit 31 and all of a sudden he's like, oh, bye. And it's like, I'm in a position where, like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I wasn't expecting this at all to happen. Just like, bye, without any explanation or like any understanding of why this was happening.
That's going to be my last question. So the reason, or the expressed reason, stated reason for the divorce, is it financial? Because there's been some complaints that maybe your overspending may have contributed to some debts. Your husband says that he has debts, that he has caused him a lot of financial stress. So that's one thing.
Okay.
The other thing is this religious element to it. There's a lot of references to Jesus and of the Bible and how this is sinful and I don't know. So can you describe like what you see? Well, let's just address those in pieces. So first of all, the financial. Is it true that you overspent, and did that contribute to the falling apart of the marriage?
Well, to me, David loves buying like Louis Vuitton and Burberry and like from the stores, so this is a lot of money stuff he would buy. Like, he would buy $400 video game here. He has like this video game collection that he keeps showing me, like, look at this, look at how much I've spent in this thing. This thing's worth $24,000, $28,000. Like, look at all this money he would spend so much money on these high ticket items. So for me, I would like go online onto this ThreadUp thing or whichever, and I would get like a cute little thing, and it would be like $15 or like $20. And I'd be like, yes, I did such a good job, and it made me feel happy because that was kind of like my little thing I did for fun around the house and stuff, was like, I get a little $10 thing here, or I'd get a little $15 thing here. I didn't really want to spend $800 on a thingy, but like that's what he loves doing. So it kind of balance each other out. Like, he would get the big giant ticket item and he wanted to get me those items. And I kind of felt a little bit uncomfortable a little bit every time he did, because I was like, whoo. So for me, it didn't seem like I was spending that much money, like going to Goodwill and getting like $10 worth of stuff or $5. Like, look, and I would go there on the 99-cent day on Monday and stuff, and I would try to get like a couple things. It just doesn't feel like I was really spending all that much money. Or like a little buy now, pay later thing. It would be like $5 every 2 weeks, and it would be a $20 item, or it'd be like $15 every 2 weeks, and that's
about $20 items item on credit.
Like, it wasn't this like huge giant thing. He wanted to buy me the big ticket items, and I thought that was cool. Like, I was like, this is cool.
That adds
but
up.
That's not what I really like.
So would it be true or false that you overspent and contributed to a large portion of those debts? True or false?
False.
Thank you. I'm going to show you a document, and I just want to focus on, just real quick, tell me if I may approach. If you can just tell me what it is, or if you recognize it, and if so, and then that'll be the last exhibit.
Okay, I'm going to read it first.
Well, what is it, generally speaking?
Before you worry about what the words are you looking at the Constitution of the United States? Is it a text
it's text
exchange?
messages between me and my husband.
And what number is the exhibit? That'll be on the front page, very front page.
15.
Very front page.
Wait. No.
Mr. Terry, that document, what's on the very front page is an exhibit number.
It's exhibit 15.
15, thank you.
His purchasing habits concern
That's
him more
already
than-
in evidence.
More than they
It
concern
is.
him.
Okay, I don't know why it was here, but okay. In the last page, last page of that document towards the bottom, and I'm sorry, let me publish it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true. He would consistently say that he was the one that abused me. He would consistently say, I'm the abuser. I'm abusing you for real, and you need to get away from me. And he would be very like, he would look at himself and say, I mean, I'm really doing this to you. I'm seriously abusing you, dude. And I'd be like, well, that's not good, because I don't want you to like leave. I love you. Please stop abusing me. You know, like, please don't be mean to me.
Okay, so starting here at the top of the last page, I believe, it's your husband talking about how Jesus has, this is written in 2022, December of 2022, and I believe you had taken a trip to go visit your father.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about Christmas, and there's some discussions about getting.
Judge, the jurors can't see the text.
Needs to be a little bigger?
Yes.
All right, let's make that bigger.
All of them bigger.
Are we worried?
We'll work on it.
I'm just really so bad at this PDF stuff, and now they move, an AI moves them, so I'm not the
Let's
best
not
at
blame
it.
AI. Let's just blame you. Just magnify. Hit that little magnifying glass.
Okay, this is a jury trial.
Okay.
That one.
Civil suit?
Nope. So you keep going down. Go up.
No, I'm literally clicking minus and plus.
Right. Don't click minus. Only click plus.
All right.
Keep clicking plus.
But then that's too much plus.
It's not too much plus.
We
You're
have
going to
plenty of
scroll.
plus.
It needs more plus. Give us more plus.
Let me go up.
Give us more plus, please.
All right. So I guess he's being a bit
More plus.
Can you
closer?
Yeah, move it.
There.
There we go. That's
And then just scroll where you need to scroll.
You can also go full screen. That would help. But
Okay.
So Mr. Piner is again, I'm going to call it the white bubbles, and you are the gray bubbles. Is that correct, Mr. Terry?
Yeah, I'm the gray bubble.
All right. What are the questions you got, Mr. Polanco, for what's on the screen here?
So in this conversation, which is talking about the religious aspect, the second point that I was trying to make, right? Your husband is writing you while you're in Arkansas, kind of like how we got married on Christmas before the pandemic. Now that it's over, we should get divorced of this unrighteous ideation and yoke ourselves to Jesus instead of each other and live our lives from this point on separate and the way God originally planned. So when you received these text messages, was your understanding that your husband was being sarcastic, that he was throwing back words at you that you had used after your mother died and had found religious conversion? Or was that he was going through some sort of ideation and sort of, I guess ideation would be one way, and sort of having difficult, I'm not sure. What was your interpretation of it?
I never really knew what he was doing when he was writing this stuff to me. Like I was taking it seriously, but I also was like, whoa, like that's really like harsh and crazy and wild, and it makes me feel like not so great to read. But like I also love you, and like it's good you can use your words to like vent at me. But like I always didn't want to take him that seriously. Like I felt like if I took him seriously, then it would get worse. So I would kind of be like reading it, and it would kind of make my tummy go like, ooh, that's not really all that great. But then I was like, but maybe he's trying to be funny. Maybe he's just joking. But also there was a feeling in my head like maybe he's not. And you know, maybe I like I don't know what parts are like really serious, because like he says like he's shown me I don't need like
That's a lot
sex,
of
I don't
likes.
need affection, and needing it just hurts the person you're abusing more. You know, like in my world it's like, but we do have sex, but like we sometimes, like after my mama passed away, there were moments where I didn't really feel like doing sex, but then it never ended. It was like well, remember that one time that you said no to me one time? That means that you don't want to have sex at all anymore. But then the next day it would be like, so I'm in the mood to have sex now. And I'd be like, oh, well, cool. But then the next day it was like, you can't have sex because of Jesus. And for that one time, Like, so I didn't really ever know what was happening.
Final questions. Your personal belongings that were taken during the biohazard removal, those go to you?
Biohazard
Yes or no?
removal?
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yes.
There was a biohazard
The dog?
removal?
100%. I mean, seriously, that's like my lifeline. And I don't know what all that stuff about how I would ever hurt my own puppy dog, which I literally have dedicated this entire time to make sure he was protected and loved and seriously made into like the most happiest puppy. He is the happiest puppy around. Like the most, like if we brought Sozo in here,
please do.
As soon as he saw me,
Judge, I'm going to object to narrative.
Okay.
Sorry.
Next question.
The
yes,
last
puppy dog.
question.
Yes, I
the
love
name
my puppy.
the name Zozos.
Sozo.
What is the meaning of the origin of that word?
So it means like salvation, saved, like not only just like saved, but like healed and taken care of and made to prosper. It's such a big word. It's like it's what Jesus
Actually
said
rather
whenever he
short.
was walking around saying, "Your faith has sozoed you," or "Your faith has healed you and made you whole." And that's what I wanted to do for Sozo because
Is it
like
Hebrew?
it was just like like the puppy dog's a really cool puppy dog. Like he's like the way that we do the little cuddle and the huggle.
Objection narrative.
Thank you, Mr. Terry. The Nissan 370 is in Ohio, so there's nothing this court can do about this. The Prius, where is that going?
Yeah, well, right now I don't have a car, so I don't know if there's some money that winds up like if we can like half the car or whatever, you know, to where like he can have a little bit of a lesser awesome car or something, and I get like a car that way. Whenever I get this daggone thing out, I can actually go out and have a real job easily because I'm used to driving, and right now I have to drive Nana's car, and that she has a heart problem, and she's old now. She's getting like really old, and she's nervous.
So, but back to you think you have a claim to the Prius, at least in part. And so you think the Prius should be included in the marital estate, and the jury would decide how they divide that up, whether they order that it be sold and if it is actually worth something beyond its note, how those proceeds are divided between the two of you.
Yeah, like just something that's fair because I would like the same level of like life living that I had when I was living a very normal life with David that was not there was no craziness. There was no like, I'm going to stab you in the middle of the night vibe. It was, I just randomly got thrown out of my own house and didn't even know.
Objection narrative.
For how many years?
For how many years?
Yes, I agree.
For how many years what?
The alimony, is it 1, 2, or 3?
Oh,
he already answered
I
that.
would like the jury to decide, like, I want fair, you know, like if it's 3 or if it's 1, if it's 2,000, 1,500, if it's just something that's fair, something that makes me,
okay.
He can still vibe. He buys like Louis Vuitton and Burberry and stuff anyways with money.
Next question.
The banks and the IRAs, how much did you want per month?
From like his.
Per month, the amount.
Oh, I said that, didn't I? Like the jury could decide like whatever would be fair, like 2,000, 1,500. If it's like I'm nervous about the 1,000 thing to ask because I think that like 1,500 might be like the good like little vibe for me to get back on my feet because it'd allow me to like feel like I'm getting a amount that I would normally like see in my life whenever I would hang around David. You know,
okay.
Like I would be able to get food. I wouldn't be able to have to like. I could just make it through or just eat. I mean, just whatever the jury feels like is fair because I'm in a position right now where I'm fully having to like just
1,500 is not
ask
enough.
my family to please help. And I was supposed to be married in a committed relationship.
Objection narrative.
Do you feel that divorce should be granted on grounds of cruelty?
Yes, I have gotten crueltied. I mean, this is a big deal crueltied. Like, and I love David, and I think he's super duper sweet and super duper awesome because I see him in an unconditional love vibe. But what he did to me was really bad. It was horrible and scary. And honestly, him trying to take my dog is what really caused me to be able to fight it and be here right now. Because had it said I had my dog, I think I'd just be like, well, okay. But since he was going to also take the puppy dog, I had to figure out a way to get a lawyer. I had to figure out a way to fight for my puppy dog because like that is like I couldn't imagine my poor puppy dog not having his behavior. It doesn't make any sense. Like I couldn't. David knows he's my doggy. He knows.
Objection narrative.
Thank you. No, it's fine. Those are all the questions that I have, Mr. Terry, but Miss Yarber may have some questions for you, okay?
All right, Ms. Yarber, your witness.
Judge, would you like for me to, I know we're closely approaching 5. The last thing will be my cross and then I guess clean up and closing.
We've got lots of time left today, so why don't you get started?
Okay.
Unshare. Here's the Sanchez Costello. Who are these pictures? Are these paintings?
Mr. Terry, you stated that you recently turned 32?
Yes.
Okay. And you're physically healthy, correct?
Yeah, I seem to be doing all right.
Okay. Do you have any diagnosed physical disability that prevents you from working?
No, I was on disability for quite some time. And I'm, but I don't have like a physical ailment to where I couldn't walk. Right now I can't leave the house, which is a pretty big deal, but I don't have like a physical.
Okay. And you have no diagnosed mental disability that prevents you from working, correct?
I don't believe so. I don't like
do you have a diagnosis from a doctor that says you have a mental disability? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you graduate high school?
I had to get a GED.
Okay. Did you go to college or have some college education or no?
No. Mm-mm.
Are you able to read and write?
Yes. Well, yes.
Okay. And are you able to use a computer?
Yes.
Okay. And you testified earlier that you used to do some Ubering, so you're able to drive a car, correct?
Yes, whenever I have a car.
Do you have a driver's license from Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. I want to turn your attention to D9, which is what your attorney
Someone explain this to me.
showed the court.
You
So
are
give me just a
banished
second. I'm going to
from
share
the
my screen and
state of
pull it
Georgia.
up.
Someone explain the whole jury trial with divorce. Is that how Georgia does it? You have to convince a jury you need a divorce?
Share, do not. Okay. Jurors, can you all see that? Okay, so in terms of your, I'm assuming this is a copy of your resume. In terms of your professional experience, you list
Sorry, we're gonna
2017 to present.
We're gonna cut away from
you
that.
listed customer service and online community outreach that ended in 2017, correct? You also listed content writer from 2012 to 2014, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then gaming and content developer from 2010 to 2012, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everything that's listed on your resume seems to have conveniently ended right at the time that you were marrying my client, Mr. Piner, correct?
Yeah.
He did a lot of YouTube too.
Do you have an updated resume?
No, because this was what David decided to work with me on to make. We
Okay.
made this resume together.
Okay, so all of the years of work that you previously did before getting with Mr. Piner conveniently stopped. So your intention was that you were going to use Mr. Piner for money. Is that correct?
No, definitely not going to use Mr. Piner for money. I'm going to support him making more money.
Okay.
I'm going to support him, and I'm going to be the house maker, the homemaker. I'm going to be making sure that he doesn't have any stress and can whenever he needs some food or whenever he needs a drink, literally a drink. Like if he says I'm thirsty, I get him every soda. Like it's come on, Chris, soda time. Come on, Chris, soda time.
Okay, let's move on. So you also you've mentioned to the court you're currently on house arrest, correct? Mm-hmm. And when does that end?
Honestly, I don't really know. This is a crazy case.
So you don't know what it ends. Got it. So you're on house arrest.
Stop, don't talk over each other. And I know you're trying to get through this.
Correct.
He needs a chance to explain his answers if it's something beyond a yes or no or 5, whatever the answer may be.
Understood.
Yeah, so right now, I don't really know when I'm going to go to court next. Like I've been just sitting here at Nana's house, and I mean, I would have already done my best to have, like, I would have walked down to Wendy's or something like that, and I would have done a little Wendy's thing, or I would have went to CVS or whichever, and I would have started working there. But right now, I just have to sit at home and not do anything. Basically, I have to just sit.
Okay. You're requesting, for lack of better words, custody of your dog, of the dog, correct?
I mean, it is my dog.
Are you requesting to have the dog?
Yes, 100%.
How do you plan to walk the dog if you're on house arrest?
I have my brother there. I have Nana there, which she sometimes goes out for walks and things like that. It is extremely, it would be very, very simple for, like, they've actually been wanting to get a puppy dog. And David, before he did all this, told me, guaranteed I get the dog. I get to go take the dog over to Dad's house.
Mr. Terry, the only thing I asked you was how you were planning to walk the dog if you were to get it while you're on house arrest.
And it sounds like you'd rely on people in that household
They're down for that because they're looking for a dog.
Okay.
They want to have the exercise, and they want to have they want to walk the dog.
Okay.
Mr. Piner, my client has had the dog since you were incarcerated in August of 2025, correct?
Yeah, I'd hope so that he's still there.
And that the house arrest that you're currently on is a result of a criminal conviction for actions against my client, correct?
Objection, misstatement of facts, misstatement of testimony.
Conviction is a little ahead of things.
Okay. Does the house arrest stem from a case that is currently pending between yourself and Mr. Piner?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay. There's also currently a protective order in place protecting my client from you, correct?
Seems like for some reason he feels the need to have something like that from someone like me.
So there is one in place, correct?
Is there one right now?
So you don't get to ask her questions, but so the question is there a protective order in place?
Oh, yeah. From my idea, it was ending on July 31st of 2026.
Okay.
But that's my understanding is that it ended on July 31st.
Okay. You were present in court yesterday when we presented the evidence about the hearing that's taking place and extending it until September 15th, correct?
Yes. Now you just jogged my memory.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You were incarcerated maybe around 8 months last year. How much was your bond?
Yeah, it was like $14,000 or something like that. I got messed up, and when I first got there, the lady didn't have time to really get to me because I guess my last name was the last one. So she said, I'll get you on the next one. And
but the bond amount you think is 14,000?
Actually, yeah, I do actually think it was like exactly that number.
Okay.
Who paid that fee on behalf of you?
It was a mixture between my Nana and my dad had to put it together, had to do their absolute best to try to figure out what in the world they're going to do to try to get me out of jail. I was really, really hoping it just to be like a dissolved or something, because it's obvious I'm not going to do nothing crazy or nothing.
So your Nana and your dad paid the amount. You're aware that you can have a work permit and also have employment while on house arrest, correct?
When you say that, what do you mean?
Are you aware that you can work while you're on house arrest?
How?
So you're not aware? In your testimony with your attorney, one of the things you kept mentioning was that my client, Mr. Piner, would slap himself in the face and also punch himself in the face. correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever record any of this?
I would not want to witness it.
Okay.
No,
that's not something that you think you would need to record?
I honestly do not like the idea of doing that kind of stuff because, I mean, I wasn't expecting ever to leave him. I was expecting us to be like a team together. So I don't want to like sit there and be like trying to get evidence for one day, something that I don't expect to happen. I feel like by doing that, it would cause that to become more of a reality. And I would not want that to be a thing that would be, and I definitely am not going to sit there while he's doing it with just a phone going, look at me, I'm recording you. I wouldn't do that to David.
I have to see his whole outfit.
So you haven't held a real job during the entire 8 years of marriage, correct?
I did do like the little DoorDash thing, you know, and the Postmates. I also did this little thing, like it was like a tarot card thing, though not that much. I mean, it was a little tarot card, like YouTube thing where I would do like, things for people, like little like readings and stuff. It's kind of fun to like tell them that everything's going to go good for them and stuff. It's fun.
The resume that you presented into evidence, what employers did you submit that resume to?
It was probably just like Indeed, or like it was like some kind of thing where you just like send it to them and then they put it on certain places and then you get certain people to reach out to you and things like that. I don't think I sent it to like a direct employer. But me and David both, like, we worked on it together. So David would have been the person they called to like say, hey, how good of an employee is he? Because I was working like for David. I was doing all this stuff, you know, with for David and stuff.
Okay. So you've described yourself as a house husband, correct?
Yeah, like a homemaker.
Okay. So you stated earlier that you did all the grocery shopping, yes. Food shopping. You said that you made David's phone calls, yes. And you said that any money that you made went into David's bank account, yes. Including all of your Uber money.
Yes.
And you are not aware of how much it was. When you set up your Uber account, was the account in your name or David's name?
It was my name.
Okay. And you wired or you asked the app to send your direct deposit for the funds to Mr. Piner's account?
It seems like it must have been into a joint account of ours, but it's not like I ever opened up that account and like took any of my own money out of it. Not even one time. I didn't even like, I never once got the money, because as soon as I did, I was like, yes, I was like, I'm contributing. I thought like, that's cool. Like, I'm like contributing the house thing now. David's gonna be really happy. Like I like the idea of me getting like gifts for David with my own money. Like the idea of that sounds cool, because I have actually lived a life where David makes the money and I do a lot of the support. I'm always supporting him. I go even to his work dinners and things like that and talk about how cool he is and how awesome he is and how happy I am that I'm with him. And his own work people see us as like a super cool team.
Okay.
We're like a team together.
Thank you. Thank you for that. You have described yourself as a house husband and taking care of the home while Mr. Piner worked. I'm going to show you what was entered into evidence yesterday. It is Petitioner's Exhibit 3. I'm going to share my screen. Do you recall seeing this image of you all's home yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So what about this?
Screen in front of you, is it not showing the same picture, Mr. Terry? So you don't have to look around the corner?
Oh, I'm sorry. This says the host has spotlighted your video for everyone. Would you like, I can't really see it.
And so is there a button you can press to make that go away?
Do I say unmute or stay muted?
Stay muted. There
we go.
Excellent.
All right.
Mr. Terry, what about this photo signifies that you are a homemaker and you take care of the house?
You know, well, in terms of this particular situation, yes, there is times where I would get behind on it, though this was a house that we wound up living in for like 9 years. And so things, especially after Mama passed away, things started piling up and just becoming like a thing where me and David just were just vibing in here. It wasn't like we were going to move very, very soon. And so really, even the stuff I was starting to clean in this particular place, it was like getting stuff packed up in moving boxes and stuff. Like we were about to leave.
I get the biohazard
I need you to define a word for me that you've used a lot. Vibing. When someone's vibing, tell me what that
good,
means.
bad, or
Okay, yeah. So whenever we're in the house, like David does not clean, not even an iota. Like there's like no cleaning that David does at all. So I do all of the cleaning. And by like the idea that David just kind of chills out and sits in his room and just plays on the computer and doesn't do anything, that this does look, it's like kind of just like all over the place and stuff, but there wasn't really, I mean, and two, really, this particular.
So my question was, what does vibing mean? Does it mean make the kitchen messy?
No, we're just living in it, and we realize that one day here soon, it's gonna get all put in moving boxes and stuff. We're just we're like just living in it.
Vibing means living in it.
We're just living.
Okay.
Okay.
But your sworn testimony was that you take care of the home and you clean.
Yes.
Was it not?
Now, yes, and I want to say that that particular picture of the kitchen is not the state that it was left in when I got removed out of the house.
Okay. Do you have pictures to show to the jury of the state the home was in when you left the home?
I have
There's
like
a bomb
videos
right up here
of me cooking stuff on July 4th and July 7th in a clean kitchen. And it did not look like that because I had actually cleaned the kitchen up. I was in the process of getting the whole entire house like looking nice and fun because we were in the process of really making progress and moving in the thing. We were thinking about getting someone to come in and actually clean up the house, but it was because it was getting kind of stacked up or whichever because I was consistently just all the time going and doing chores. So, and my homemaker, by the way.
Yeah. What chores were you doing, and how can you prove that you did any chores?
So I did all the shopping, like in terms of our groceries. I did all of the food deliveries. I wound up doing, and it was multiple times a day. Like I was always out getting food for David so I could bring it back home for him. I was consistently calling anyone that he needs to be called on the phone. And it was like, that was kind of stressful because I had to actually say, hi, I'm David Piner. Like he didn't want to do any phone calls. So I had to like keep asking him, hey, what is this? And how am I supposed to say this? And it was quite stressful. And then I also was the only person that took care of the puppy dog. Like David did not take care of the puppy dog at all. There was not a single thing David did while I was there that the puppy dog wouldn't even be around him. The puppy dog I would have to, in order for him to have the puppy dog around him, I had to be right next to him, constantly being like, it's okay, puppy. It's okay, puppy.
Okay. Thank you for that. Mr. Terry, in terms of work that you did during the marriage, you testified, you said that you would do one long DoorDash trip and say, woo, that was a lot. And I quote, and then not do anymore. Do you recall saying that?
That day. Not anymore, but in that particular day, I would go out and get Wendy's and come back. Then I would go take the dog out. Then I would come back. Then I would get back in the car and then go back out again. Then I would come back. Then if I wound up being like, all right, I'm going to go do DoorDash. And let's say the DoorDash was around 4 or 5 o'clock. So it was like with traffic and everything, it would be like this long period of time, like 45 minutes. And then by the time I wound up getting back from that particular little DoorDash thing, it was like, I was like, whew, I'm going to chill out for a little tiny bit because I've been up ever since getting Wendy's early this morning.
Around 11.
So you just stated, you would do a lot of running around for the household, and then the DoorDash trip could have ran you about 45 minutes. I mean, that you would consider that a long trip.
Yeah, like a long DoorDash order.
Okay.
It would be like, yeah, because sometimes these people in these big mansions and you would have to go through all of these winding roads and all this crazy stuff. And it was like a, it was a long dealio.
Okay. You're aware that
in front of the Walmart,
regular people work more than one DoorDash trip here and there.
This is brutal.
Correct.
Course, yes. Oh, of course.
Okay. And you're aware that regular people work more than 45 minutes a day, correct?
Oh, of course. But all these other things that I was doing like all the times that I was actually
regular people do that
working
too.
And trying to get everything settled. I mean, I really didn't actually have time to clean up the cans that, like David would leave around and stuff like that. Like we also were up in this really high apartment. It was a bunch of stairs, and I had to get these big giant 48-pack Coca-Colas from Costco, and we would get like 4 of them at a time, things like that. And it would also be the next day I would get like a bunch of water. The next day I would get more of the drinks, but it would be like a different kind instead of like Coke Zero. It would be, and so I would be going up these things. And I'm not the biggest person. I'm really tiny. Whenever I got booked into the little jail thing, I think I was like 109 pounds. I was really tiny.
Mr. Terry, I'm going to move on to the next question if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Okay. You are under the belief that you're entitled to Mr. Piner's income, correct?
I believe that I have supported and assisted him to get through his life to where he's able to make that income. And so now I need to have like some help to where I can get even a normal thing, because I honestly am from like literally like the square one. I mean, it's very easy to be able just to say, you get nothing, you leave, bye, goodbye. But in terms of the way that I was told by David the whole entire time, he verbally kept letting me understand that like, we're in this together, you don't have to work. But then he would get upset and then he would say like, what are you doing here?
Mr. Terry, the question was if you believe that you were entitled to Mr. Piner's income, and I believe you've answered that.
What does that mean? Like not his entire income, but I assisted him to be able to get the income that he did. So
do you believe that you deserve to be rewarded for being married to David?
David was very rewarded for being married to me. Like really, really a lot.
Okay. You claimed, or your counsel claimed on your behalf that Mr. Piner maybe got rid of some money during the marriage. Is that correct?
Yes, it did seem like he was, by the end of that like July, so a couple of months beforehand, all of a sudden all the cards wind up not working. He wound up having like $20,000 here. He wound up having $7,000 over here, $8,000 over here.
Mr. Terry, what evidence and proof did you bring to the court showing these numbers? To show to the jury? Yeah,
I don't know if Carlos has any of the little text messages he sent me of his little account where it said 20,000 or account that's 8,000 or 7,000 or whichever. But there was messages that he had messaged me saying, okay, look at what I'm getting out. And he let me know that this stuff was for us. Like he was going to wind up, this was not like a thing that was just for him.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden
I'm going to move on to the next question because you answered that one. Thank you. You claimed that your Social Security was deposited directly into David's account.
I believe, I don't know, like for me, like I never actually this entire relationship ever had like my own bank account.
So you have no idea where your Social Security funds were going? The $800 you were receiving every month, what account was it deposited into?
It would go into Dave.
Okay, why is that?
Because I was like contributing with that into the household to where that would be my contribution.
Did you bring any bank statements showing the proof of the monthly SSI going into David's account or into a joint account?
Yeah, back then I really never opened up like a bank thing. I don't even think I even like opened it up and even looked inside of the bank app and stuff like that. I know for a fact it got deposited every month. And I never saw any of the
So you could have an account somewhere with all that money in it?
So, we did everything together.
Do you file taxes?
Huh?
Do you file taxes?
No.
Okay. You never have?
Well, whenever I was with him, he would be the one that did that.
Okay.
Would you ever sign the tax returns as well? Because people can file married filing jointly, in which case Mr. Piner would sign it and you would sign it as well.
I'm sure that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
IRS is like, you what? Their ears perk up.
I don't believe that your counsel admitted this into evidence, but I'm going to hand you a copy of your financial affidavit that you filled out.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna need a second because it's on the flash drive. I don't believe it's in the exhibits.
Do you want to give it a number?
I would like to give it a number. I would probably call it P16.
All right, 16 it is. And you're familiar with this, I guess, because you helped generate it, Mr. Polanco?
Yes.
Okay, no
But
objection.
I don't have it in a digital version either.
Okay, well, we're about to.
Kind of trying to
print
see
it
if
off.
it was on the flash drive that council provided to me.
Oh, no, because no. Well, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
I'm gonna share my screen.
so you said 16?
P16, I would like to admit it as that.
Okay, any objection?
Okay, so, Mr. Terry, is this your domestic relations financial affidavit, something that you have to fill out for the court in order to explain your income and your expenses? Okay.
Yeah.
And it says you're listed here, you're 31. You probably were at the time that you completed
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And for your gross monthly income, you put 0 right here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Scrolling down, we're going to see several zeros.
Lots of them.
Tips, fees, personal income from anywhere
Social
else.
Security's on there.
Any assets that you have, you put 0 for all of your assets. So cash, stocks, bonds, CDCs, retirement, etc.
None of that stuff.
Furniture and furnishings, you put about $2,000 worth, as well as jewelry and collectibles and clothing. Is that just your general assessment of your personal items?
Yes, because, well, I don't really know exactly what is in the storage building yet. I do know that I have a bunch of things that I inherited from my mama that was left over there at David's house, and hopefully was not thrown away because of PP on it or whichever that was happening. So I pray to God that I have some of the little vases and stuff, the really pretty Japanese vases and stuff. And I have it's a Vitamix blender and I also have these Apple Home Pods. There's like a blue laptop. There's an Oculus Quest 3. You know, there's a lot of items that I would say is
MetaQuest
part
3?
of that 7,000 asset. Almost like a lot of my jewelry got stolen.
Understood.
A lot of my nice designer, my poor Gucci bag got stolen. You know,
But this set of figures here would not include that. So when you were thinking of, what I still have is worth 7,000, that doesn't include the things that got stolen.
Yeah, this does not include the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Gucci bag was like the $2,000 right there. You know?
Now, Mr. Terry, thank you for that explanation. A few minutes ago, when you were answering questions from your counsel, you stated that you needed money for bills, including car, insurance, etc. However, on your average monthly expenses, you did not list any expenses.
Yeah, so right now, like, I'm having to live with Nana. So here soon, once I wound up, like getting everything, I mean, obviously I'm going to have I'm going to go get like a house or whatever it is, like a rent. I'm going to rent in a place, I'm going to start living my life. And so right now, yeah, my Nana isn't like paying, isn't requiring me to pay, but really in terms of the expectation of what I should be putting into this, this should be, like something, but to me, whenever I read it, to me, it seemed like since Nana isn't requiring it right now, that I wouldn't put any, but like the charge of me being there, I just don't have the money to be able to pay it.
Understood.
Like, she isn't going to evict me.
Yeah, understood.
If I don't pay.
So based on your financial affidavit with the several zeros, you can't even afford to keep your dog and take care of him, can you?
Yes, I sure can.
How will you do that with no money?
Well, I'm there with my Nana and with Chad, and I got my dad, and my dad is gung ho, super duper serious about Sozo having like his actual rightful owner. you know, I mean, like everyone in my family is just like, what in the world? Your dog? Like why would this happen? How is this even possible? You know, like, and I don't know how it's possible. I honestly, it's shocked me to the absolute core. I don't know how that is not a thing. I don't know how I don't have Sozo right now.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me. So yes, 100% I would be able to afford it because I would have anything that the dog
Additional
would
help
want.
from your family.
100%.
Understood. Thank you. You also stated that you believe that David may have filed the divorce because you were working on leaving.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing in order to put yourself in a position to be able to leave David? You said that you were working on leaving. What does that mean?
Yeah. So basically, whenever we were having conversations and things, he was even saying like, when you go, here's the deal, when you can go over to your dad's house, you get Sozo. He said, you can, anything in this house or whichever, you know, just pick whatever you'd like or whatever, like we're gonna, you know, and I was starting to go like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I guess we could just play video games together now or whichever else. But whenever he was like saying, but you need to go like, you know, like go, you know, I was like, no, we're not. I mean, I'm in the process of doing it, but like, I can't just like run out thing. I gotta pack, I gotta do all this stuff. And I wasn't even able to do it by the time I got thrown out. Like I was literally like we were like in the process of it actually going on. Like it was just a couple of days where he let me know that I get to have my doggy, I get to have the car, that I get to have the stuff I would like around the house. That he even said to the police officer that came in that everything in this house, there's a body camera.
Mr. Terry, the question was, what were you doing to prepare yourself to sustain yourself outside of Mr. Piner? That was the question.
Yeah, so I was in the process of, and two, I would have started selling my stuff. Like I would have started, you know, I would have got my stuff put in the car and stuff like that. I would have went over to my dad's house, and he would have done what my grandparents are having to do right now.
Your dad lives in
Arkansas.
what city? In Arkansas.
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Okay, so it's not, when you say head over to, that's all the way to Arkansas.
Yeah, it would have been pretty of a far way. I told David that I would have to put my stuff in right now to be able to get over to my dad's house, and I would come back to go get Sozo. I couldn't just like throw Sozo in the car and just go over there. I need to go up there real fast, put my stuff in the house, and then come back and get Sozo and put him in the little puppy containment device, little containment center in the back, and then bring Sozo up there because I would have literally have had to take the 370, and there's not enough space for me to have. So I needed to get a good amount, go over there, tell Dad, hey, I'm going to be here for a while, you know? I mean, but like...
You were making arrangements to move back in with your father.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. You stated earlier that, or it came out at some point during this trial that your attorney is representing you free of charge. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Right now, yes.
How did you all come to that arrangement?
Well, basically, everybody at this jail were blown away that I was there. Like, I was like a person who was, like, I got sexually assaulted in the jail.
Mr. Terry, I'd like for you to stay on track with answering the question about your arrangement with your attorney for payment.
Yeah, so basically, I became kind of like, people started like trying to protect me because I was completely not cut out for this at all. Like I consistently was.
But how does that get us to Mr. Polanco saying, I'll handle the family part of your case free?
Yeah, because one of the people that were trying their best to keep me alive because I was getting hurt, they said, okay, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do here because your public defender isn't doing anything. You're getting literally served a divorce where the guy is saying he's just taking everything, including your dog. And I was very, very, I couldn't handle, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is happening? You know, like, I don't know what to do. And when the guy was like, okay, you know what? I got an idea. I have a lawyer. He's a real cool guy. Call him up and explain your situation. And hopefully we can get you some kind of support to where you're able to have a fighting chance at getting like something, like especially your puppy dog. And they knew how authentic it was because I love David. Like I mean, I love watching.
Mr. Terry,
but that was Mr. Polanco that this person connected you to?
I called him on the phone and he actually came the next day you know, and he saw me, and I explained my whole heart, my whole situation. I was just like absolutely blown away. I was like, help. And seriously, I need help. But like, I don't know what to do. We'll pay you what we can when we can. But like right now, I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm here. I was blown away. You know, I was like, this is crazy. And I don't know what to do.
So is your testimony that your attorney felt sympathy for you and took your case free of charge?
Yeah, I only did, I mean, we paid him a little bit because Nana wanted to try to help out a little bit, but it was, the way that he was doing it was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. And you know what, if you can't, he was doing his best to help out as much as he can. And he's consistently being very kind to my grandmother, saying, you know what, you're going through a lot right now.
Do you know how much Nana has, if you don't mind me calling her that, do you know how much Nana has paid your attorney?
I don't remember what the first amount was that she wound up paying, but then she sent a second amount. So it might have been like, she might have like sent maybe like 500. And then it was like 200, but that's all.
Okay. And you specifically requested a jury trial in this case, correct?
Yes, because I feel like this needs to be heard by people that are like people, like my peers and stuff that like have experienced life.
As opposed to a judge.
Well, I mean, I just feel like it's like, it's really, really nice to know that like there's other people that can hear what I've wound up
Judge
going through.
McBurney is like,
because
what am I, chopped liver?
I just feel like it's the right thing to do because it's such a crazy thing. It's like a wild case. It's like a what the heck happened here? And I feel like this is what you would use a jury trial for because it's so out there. It's like, what the heck? And that's why I trust the people. Like I really do. I think it's great to have people here that are able to listen to what actually was going on from perspectives. And I know what happened to me. I know I wound up I got sent to that one place, the jail, that whatever it's called, Rice Street. That was so scary. People had shanks.
Okay.
Everything. I was not able to
Next
handle.
question.
Mr. Terry, yesterday, while my client was testifying,
we missed
pertaining to some of the abuse he alleges that he suffered at your hands. You started smiling and giggling when he was referring to the destruction of the CPAP machine.
Okay.
What did you think was funny about that?
I don't really know why. I don't know about maybe shock or like awe, because for me, like,
they're not shocked
he
and awe.
says this too. Whenever I go through really big emotions or whichever, and they're like, whenever I'm shocked, I might seem like I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's a thing that happens where I like go like, oh my, like because like I know for a fact, like that particular CPAP machine needed to get repaired. It got repaired, not broken. Whenever he's talked about,
well, Mr. Terry, the question was to explain the smiling and giggling, not to explain
I don't know about
the CPAP machine.
There's nothing to giggle about being falsely accused of destroying a CPAP machine. But what I did was out of shock and out of like, whoa, this is actually happening. The guy I love is literally actually doing this.
Okay. Couple more questions. I would like to know what your parents did for a living. And my condolences to your mother, but I would like to know what your parents did for a living.
So we've got Nana, which she was a housewife. Papa, which did Delta Airlines. He was a manager there for a while. He ran the Savannah airport. And he's passed.
Those are grandparents?
Yeah.
Okay, but your parents, so your father who's in Hot Springs.
Dad does pumps, like wastewater treatment plant pumps. He's like an engineer, and he used to be in the military. So was Papa, everything in the Navy, like a little Navy family. And is there anyone else that would be? So
your mother who passed, what did she do when she
was an insurance salesman? And she also wound up transitioning once she had me to more of like the baby, helping the baby in the house and stuff like that.
Are you older than Chat? Your brother? You're the oldest?
Yes. Actually.
What does your brother do?
Right now he does this little thing where he like reviews he looks at videos online or whichever he does, and he does like these little tasks and stuff, and he was able to get into that particular thing a little while back, and he like does survey or like it's some kind of something where he doesn't have to do anything, but like it's like I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a little thing. He watches videos.
Does he get paid?
Yeah, he gets paid every. But it's not very much, but he does get paid a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Judge, I think I'm done.
Like $10 per survey.
Mr. Polanco, do you have any redirect for Mr. Terry?
Just a few questions and no more than 3.
I'll count.
Mr. Terry, since you met David a couple of years ago, several years ago, you say that you haven't had any bank accounts. Who's made the purchases throughout these years?
So David winds up making like, well, it's his cards, it's his whichever. Now, there is a thing where like he signed me up for like credit cards or with certain things like that, and so then we would decide like what gets put on that or whichever else. But there is, in terms of like who makes the purchases, there's times where like I'll have his card, and so I'll go out there and I'll pay for our thing, you know.
But the accounts aren't not in your name.
No, the accounts aren't.
Have you had any card, any single card under your name since 2010?
I believe that he has gotten me cards that have my like my name on it, but to me it just looked like another card for David's account.
So you might be an authorized user to a bank account that he manages?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
This man is not
It's technically number 3, but that was a follow-up on 2. So question 3.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yes. And so can I add 3 more? With respect to the payments that your grandmother may have made me, just to be super clear, because there's 2 different things going on here. There's a criminal case regarding TPOs,
right.
Ankle monitors, going to jail. Was that what your grandmother hired me to do? Okay.
Yes, and that's what she paid you for. This is completely free. This is because he
All right, so
knows
then
this
you're
stuff.
also dealing with a divorce case, or you're dealing with 2 different things, a divorce case and a criminal case in which you have pending allegations of aggravated stalking in your own home.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. All right, so that's what we're referring to there. Okay.
I wish we wouldn't have had to do this.
There's not a question right now, so just wait. He's going to ask question number 3 now.
Or I may call it early, but yep, I think I will. I think that's it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for you to do what you did with Mr. Piner, should you choose to, which would be to write down any questions you have. It worked well. I could read almost everyone's handwriting. One of you did stray a little bit right on the back of the card. Try to only write on one side of the card, please.
Jury questions? Is the light counter too loud?
He gets paid too much.
This will be rich. Yeah, let me just say, this man is not prepared to live on his own, period. But I think he should have his dog. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You got your hand up in jury? Can we leave? Do we pass them up here? Can I have my question back? Have I got another thing to ask?
Wow, one of you had a lot of questions. Fortunately, it's good handwriting. Okay, more. Okay. All right, take your time, right?
All the jurors are writing questions right now.
Okay.
Should we go back? This is wild. I'm afraid Judge Bernie's going to pull it here. It's getting a lot of
Wow, it's just suddenly, it's not just one more.
There's a lady back there still writing question in the jury. She's got one, just passed it up. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. The lawyers and I need to look over these, and then we'll come back in and handling it the way as before. I know we're bumping up against 5. Are you guys, we're going to stop after this. We'll excuse Mr. Terry. We'll talk a little bit about how tomorrow's going to go. Is there anyone who can't be here for about 10 more minutes? No? Okay. That's the plan. Lawyers, out here, please.
Judge McBurney says, "Follow me, boys," and they head out. Michigan girl, some courts show the jury. It's actually not a constitutional right to have a jury that's not seen. At least I'm talking federally by U.S. Constitution. There's no secrecy on the jury. As a matter of fact, it is public. That's why courts are typically public, and it takes a lot to close a courtroom, so it's not open to the public. But by tradition and by rule, by judges who set rules up, because it can be problematic when a jury is known to the public on a long case and someone starts approaching them and interrupting and talking about it. That's when we got the secret jury thing happening. Thank you for the likes. We just hit the big number of 200. Appreciate that. It means about 169 of you have not clicked the like button, assuming 200 of you have. Yeah, we normally do not follow divorce cases because it's, kids and all. But this one is a little different. It's not going to be the regular, but we might go back on day 1 and start tomorrow with day 1 on this one. David's 10 years older. He was 25 when this guy was 15. Is that a problem? Loves True Crimes. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Red, I don't know what's going to go on it, other than the dog, the puppy dog, and the Prius, and maybe a bunch of Coke Zero cans, and a bong, I guess, and some biohazard warnings. I don't know. We've heard a lot today. I guess there's a lot. Frame it. Instacart. Yeah, we need Instacart. So it does sound like the relationship has changed dramatically from being a romantic one to one where they just play video games together. Predominantly because the other party, who we have not seen yet, but the court has, changed beliefs and believed that what they were doing was not right, and now they need to undo the wrong. So, Gucci bags on the thumbnail. guys hear the story, the Mario Kart story in real life out of Arizona? Buckeye, Arizona. A trailer carrying bananas flipped, spilled bananas all over the road. Whee! It's a me, a Mario. A lot of questions to go over. Dinner's ready. 3 tablespoons of what? What do you put in 3 tablespoons to 3 cups of? Andrea Lee, we're gonna try to watch this tomorrow. We're gonna go back to day 1. That's Zozo. That's the puppy. Here, I'll make it big screen.
Mr. Terry.
Hi.
Hey.
Says to the judge.
You saw photos of a 10 by 10 storage unit that is chock full of things that Mr. Piner said belong to you. And I think you've acknowledged a lot of what's in there belongs to you. Where, if you weren't working, did you get the money to buy all those things in that storage unit?
A lot of the stuff in there is, I mean, I got a lot of stuff from Mama. I mean, I basically inherited all of her stuff. In terms of Nana's got a storage building full of her own stuff, and she really didn't have very much to put it. So when we see that giant hoarder thing inside of our house, I mean, it was just chock full of Mama's stuff. I mean, we didn't really have anywhere to put it or whichever, and we didn't feel like paying the $100 and $200 worth of a month so we just sort of kind of put it up there. We stacked it up, and I mean, it was all my like baby stuff, and Mama had a bunch of stuff.
Okay, so while Mr. Piner might be saying that's your stuff, you're explaining to the jury, yes, but it's what I inherited from your mom, and not you were buying it over the course of your time with Mr. Piner.
Yeah, and there were some things there, obviously. I mean, it's not like I didn't buy anything, but I've inherited so much stuff from Mama, and it was in all those things that you see there, those little plastic bins and stuff. You know?
Okay. Sozo, you said was not free. Sozo you had to pay money for. Where did the money come from for the purchase of Sozo?
That was actually my money. So it was money that I got from Christmas. It was money that I got from a birthday. Because I even decided to get the doggy on the birthday. I think it was birthday whenever I was over at Nana's house. I actually was calling, and I had about $300, and I was like, that'll be good enough. I'll wind up getting my puppy dog. It was obviously my puppy dog.
Where, if you had no accounts, did you keep this $300?
Honestly, I honestly think it was just because Nana just loves giving me cash. But I think that we wind up putting it inside of David's account. It was like I think it was in the SunTrust account, and I wound up going to Ohio, and we wound up getting it was David wasn't there, I was there, and I fully set it all up. I mean, I set up everything. I did everything.
Have you ever lived on your own? Just you in a house, apartment?
Send me the link, Phil.
No. I don't know.
He's 31 years old.
Pardon me?
I was 16 years old. Yeah, I've always lived David.
So it was family and then David.
Yeah.
Okay. Did any friends or family members ever see David hit himself or do harm to himself? You described how he would sometimes get into that mode.
Now, I know that he did do
Self-flagellation?
it at Nana's house, but I don't think she ever, it's not like he like walked around the house doing it. I know that whenever my brother was over at our house, he did this really loud screeching scream inside of his room.
Brother or Mr. Piner?
Mr. Piner did a crazy scream, so I don't know if that was him hurting himself or pinching himself, but my brother did hear this, ear-piercing coming from the bedroom, and we're still not really sure what he did or why he did this huge blood-curdled scream inside of the room in there.
Got it. Tell the jurors as best you can what you believe the basis is for you having received SSDI. They don't just hand it out. There's a diagnosis for something. So tell the jury what you think that diagnosis is.
It might have been like a thing of like the autism and ADHD together, like a ADHD or something like that. I know that
like an Audi
David
HD.
told me the reason why that I got it was because when he was sitting there next to me, because he took me to the doctor and he sat there, that when the doctor was asking me questions, I kept being like, David, what should I get? What should I say? David, what should I say? And that's basically what me and David agreed on. And then I did actually go to the little the therapist and I talked to them about it, but they never said, in my recollection, they never said you have this exact thing. I do think I know I have ADHD and probably a whole lot of it. But I think I also have a bit of the autism along with the ADHD. So I'm kind of I think the reason why they did it was because I'm just so I need a little bit of assistance to know what I'm supposed to be doing next. So I'd be like, what's next? And then the person says, do this. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. And then they say, what's next? And I go, oh, okay, great. And if someone just leaves me alone in there, I just go okay.
You mentioned that you obtained your GED. Have you since then tried to go back to school, trade school, college?
I would have really liked to have been able to do that.
But you have not.
Sadly, no, because I was way too busy making sure that everything was upkeep and whatever. And David's been kicking butt. We were a good team. He got promotion after promotion after promotion after promotion because really the only thing he's got to worry about is just the job. And he is not a clean person. David is not a person who goes
Did you and Mr. Piner ever sit down and talk about splitting up chores? Because you shared with the jury how you felt responsible for most things around the house. Did you two ever talk about, well, why don't you do the floors, he'll do the counters?
I wish he would have done something because I would have been able to be a little bit better with keeping, but I had to do all of his stuff and it wound up getting to a place where.
But did you ever engage him, Mr. Piner, saying, could you do this? Or did you simply.
Yeah, I even begged and said I need some help. I really honestly need some help.
And what was his response?
Nah, I'm too busy. And really, yeah, there were times where he was working from home and the only thing he really did in a day was just do a meeting. But just because he did bring in the money, there was no reason for him to do anything. He would just play on the computer and be like, you either do it or it doesn't get done and you need to go do it. And yes, I wish I could have done it, but as a small little dude like I was, and I hardly even got food a lot of times because he would want me to get food for him. But he would yell at me and go wild if I wind up spending food for some reason on myself. He'd be like, what in the world are you doing that? And so I wound up kind of just learning, it's okay. I'll just go get food for him. It's no problem. And then we'll save money. And I kind of just kept going out and I would just run off of a iced coffee from McDonald's for 99¢. I would get a 99¢ coffee every single day from McDonald's. And I would just go and I'd get him the Taco Mac and I'd go and get him the Wendy's, whichever. And I actually wouldn't even be able to get the fries out of the Wendy's thing because he would say, did you eat some of my fries? And I'd be like, well, at the beginning, I was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, that's not enough. What are you doing? You can't be doing that.
There was some reference earlier in the trial about conversion therapy. Do you know what that is? And if so, is that something you participated in?
Okay, that is just like the way that was described was so silly. Okay, so I went to this place that was actually called a sozo therapy session, and I did not name my dog after it. I just was so blown away that the dog name that I named my puppy dog was actually part of the therapy session, and I was actually invited by my church. And I went to church a lot. I went church like I just loved hanging out with the people there.
But the therapy that you went to at the Sozo clinic,
yes.
Was it conversion therapy?
So I don't believe it was not ever mentioned to me like that. But what happened was when I went in there, they had somebody writing on a piece of paper, and they also had conversation with me. And it seems like since they knew there was a person that knew I was like a homosexual person, whoever was writing the stuff on the thing was writing like stuff that sounded sort of like they weren't necessarily all that interested in homosexuality all that much. But the thing is that the people that was there at that moment, the way they talked to me, I mean, I was talking about being like in a cradle with God at the helm, pushing me. And I told him that, I would be okay doing anything as long as I'm with the Lord, even if I was having to go out into the forest or whatever, and I was having to leave David or whichever. And they were crying and they were saying, no, you don't have to. Like where you're at right now with God, the fact that you believe that God loves you, even right now where you are, like you're good, you're golden. Like you're totally fine. Like you're making all of us cry. But there was this sheet of paper which I took home and I never even read it. Basically, they told me don't worry about that paper.
Did anything about the paper or the session you had at the Sozo clinic result in conflict between you and Mr. Piner?
Yeah, so this was my like therapy session paper anyways. It was not supposed to be for David to read to begin with. And I just like put it somewhere. And then all of a sudden David came up to me with this thing and he was like, this means you're not gay. And I was like, no, I am. No, I went there and now I believe God is okay 100%. Like you don't have no more worries because I'm in the stroller and God's got me. And I feel like everybody was crying. But I literally told David, I said, I don't want to talk about that piece of paper at all. Because that piece of paper didn't matter. And he said that was God's handwriting. God wrote that. It wasn't the people, God did. And so this is required now. And I was like, no, like, you don't understand. This is my therapy thing. Like, that's not really, like, I'm telling you, this does not matter. Like, I never
Speaking
have read
of therapy, did you and
I haven't ever read it still today.
Okay.
Still to this day. Yeah, I don't.
Me neither. Did you and Mr. Piner ever talk about getting relationship counseling when you were having struggles?
I would love to have had that.
Did you?
Why did we not?
But you didn't.
Yes, sadly. Okay. Like I wish we would have had like a marriage counseling, some kind of something to where we could like get on the right page, because you would think you would do that before putting me through all the stuff that he put me through.
You've described to the jury how you felt Mr. Piner was in a dangerous relationship with, I think her name was Crystal, the girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
Why did you travel to Indiana thinking that as a 16-year-old, I think you were 16 at the time, you could have some impact on two adults in a relationship?
Well, like what we talked about was that like, that this was a way that like Crystal wouldn't be able to do anything if I was there. She was like on the little game with him sometimes, and we would talk and stuff like that. And, you know, it was just this idea of like, if you're there, she won't kill me and I can leave. But if you're not there, I can't leave. And I have to find somebody to move in so that way she won't kill me. And as a kid, and I mean, and he explained some crazy stuff. Like she would like throw the computer at him and bust his head open and do all these things. And honestly, whenever I met her.
Did you see any of that happen?
You see, that's the thing. Absolutely not. So whenever I met her even, I was blown away because I did not expect her to be in the car with David, all excited about like going to Longhorn. Like she was like, whoa, David, we get to go out of the house. And I was like, this is their abusive partner woman? You know, I was very confused because she was like super excited. She was running around. He was telling me, go hang out with her, like go like have fun and stuff. And I'm like, but I mean, isn't she supposed to be like this crazy person that's like gonna kill you? Like, what is going on? And I even told him because we were drinking, and I wound up kind of saying, you know, I think maybe y'all maybe we can like work it out to where y'all might be good for each other. Who knows? You know, like maybe y'all would be cool, but no, he can't stand Crystal. He doesn't want to do that. No, you know, he needs to get out of this.
Did Mr. Piner ever show you any proof of the type of abuse he described he received at Crystal's hands? I know he gave you words, hey, she did this, she did that. Sounds like you didn't see any of it. Did he ever provide you any evidence? Here's a picture, or here's a video, or look, there's my computer monitor stuck in the wall where she threw it.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that I ever saw any kind of like any kind of thing that would like if he did show it to me, which I don't think he did, but if he did, you know, I was just like, you know, whoa, oh my gosh. But I can't remember him actually showing me anything that made me, I mean, I super duper believed him. And I remember even when I did, I was like, gosh, this woman is so inhuman. Like she's like not even like it's like she's almost like she's like a monster. And I was at my dad's house, like this woman is a monster. Like she is horrible.
But you're saying that based on how he described her, not how you encountered her when you met her.
Yeah, whenever I encountered her, she was this goofball, little goofy thing that was super excited. She was like, whoa, Poppy. You know, she was sitting there like she was just I was like, hey, like I just felt so weird. I was like, this is the person who's like the biggest monster in the world.
When did you let Mr. Piner know how old you were?
It wound up being whenever we were online.
Before you moved to Indiana, yes. Mm-hmm. He knew you were 16.
He sure did, because I wound up being at the, it was the, like my school day was from 8 o'clock a.m. or whatever, all the way to 3 p.m. every single day. He knows I don't have a job. The conversations we would have on the phone as well. It was obvious that I was hanging out with like school people. I was wanting to figure out what to do with the kid across the road from me. It was very obvious. It's not like the whole time it was all about that, but it was very like, you know.
Okay. You may recall some testimony yesterday about Grindr.
Okay.
Were you a user of the Grindr app?
So in terms of the amount of time I had to really hang out with friends, and I know that he talked about friends on Grindr, and this is one thing that I don't know if, because
it's a yes, no.
Many times and brought friends over, and then when he brings friends, he likes the idea of me doing sexual things with them. So like, especially I went to a party with him one time, and I thought there was this guy that his name was like Parks or whoever it was, Parks Nolan or something like that. And I was like, that guy's really cool. And he said, oh, really? Like, you like him? And I was like, yeah, I think he's really cool. And then all of a sudden I get invited to a dinner, and there's Parks. And then we wind up going we wind up going to the little, we're at home, and all of a sudden he's kind of leading Parks like, come on, do stuff, do stuff. And he loved it. I mean, he thought it was super duper cool. And
was there an issue that came up ever from your parents when you left Arkansas as, I guess, still a high school student to move to Indiana?
Actually, we wound up doing it right after I had my GED. So as soon as I got my GED, he got the plane ticket.
Okay.
And there was no issue with Dad whatsoever. I had called, and I had every single time Dad ever was like, so what's going on? I was like, you don't understand. Like he's super cool. He got me a piano. He got me, he's like helping me out. We're doing so much fun stuff. This is like my real, but I believe that I told my dad at that point, friend, he was very nervous that my dad was going to do something. He consistently was like is your dad going to like get me, for doing this? And I was just consistently like, no, you don't, I'll let him know, like everything is fine. And everything was fine. In fact, he wound up being able to go to my Nana's house, and it was just, the whole time I was joyous about him. I was like, and I let my family know, like his girlfriend is.
So they were aware of the situation. your parents were aware of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of not like when I wound up leaving, I didn't like let them know. I didn't let like my dad know, hey, I'm gonna be going over to David's house or whichever. I said I was gonna go to a friend's house. We're gonna hang out, and then I just wound up calling him like, hey, we're like really having a good time. And Crystal lived in this really nice house, like a 3-bedroom house.
I'm gonna pause you there, but it sounds like you eventually looped your parents in. You were not a missing person. They weren't calling the police to say, where's our son?
Yeah, they weren't.
Okay. All right. Did you mention at some point that you've taken Ambien before? I don't want to mix up medications.
I've taken ADHD meds.
Okay. And that was prescription medication.
Prescription medication. And it was actually, David knows for 100% fact that I only take prescriptions as it's provided on the thing. I do not do more than that. So he even has giggled and made fun of it and like told people online and let them know that it's obvious that is what I do. So the idea that I would abuse my prescription medication, and he even said to a huge amount, like I was prescribed like 20 and then 10, and he was telling people 120. Like that's like so much that I would.
I just wanted, the question was about Ambien, and you have not taken Ambien.
I've not ever taken Ambien.
Okay. Did you and Mr. Piner ever talk about having you basically treated as an employee because you did this work in the household? And it looked like from the resume you two put together, that you were supporting him when it was at 10-Ton Hammer, professionally supporting him. You'd help write things, etc. Was there ever a discussion of, well, you'll be my employee, I'll pay you some, and there'd be some type of formal-ish employer-employee relationship?
Yes, like we had like a business and this like business plan, but for some reason the business thing never really got like it didn't never get to where we really got more than it. Like he wound up bringing this Michael Burgess person was making a thing, but then Michael Burgess just kind of sort of started becoming like a joke or something. It was a joke, and then he wound up like Michael Burgess just kind of gave it all to him, and he just was like, you know, all right, well now I got it or whatever. But it was constantly a thing that was like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. But
it ended up not happening.
It never really had a thing. But the amount of work I did was substantial.
And you've described that. It wasn't something that you then distilled into, here's a contract or anything like that.
No, yeah, but it was always like right on the tip of my tongue. It was like right there. You would think it would be happening. But no.
You answered some questions from Mr. Polanco that made it sound a bit like you were suggesting that Mr. Piner was maybe hiding money in this account or that account, and you were able to say some numbers like, hey, he has this in this account and this in another account. But you also talked to the jury about, I never looked in the accounts, I don't know what's in the accounts. Can you reconcile the two? How would you be in a position to think Mr. Piner has money in account X, but at the same time, you are blissfully unaware of what's in the account?
Yeah, okay. So when I was talking about being blissfully unaware, that was way...
Well, those were my words, not yours, but
sorry.
That's okay.
But it was like a long time ago, and I kind of learned more and more. Like, and he kind of, like, he was like sending me these pictures through the phone and stuff, like about, like, he was like showing me like a little thing, like, this is the amount, this is 20,000, this is 7,000, 8,000. So it was pretty easy to see it since he sent it to me.
You weren't looking into the account. He was sending you a snapshot.
Yes.
A screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last set of questions. It's only 4, and it's about the cars. The 370Z.
Yeah.
Who was there ever a loan on that?
So when I got it, it was no loan, right? And then whenever we rebought it, which I believe he was the main one on it. I believe I was the co-signer. But when we rebought it, it had a loan on it.
So whose name was on the loan? That's my first question.
So I believe it was David on the front, and then me as the undersigner.
And what about the title? Whose name was on the title to the Nissan?
So the title was mine, but then once we sold it, do you get the title still if you've sold it and rebuy it and now it's a loan?
I don't get to answer your questions, but so it sounds like that one's murky. Let's shift to the Prius. Whose name is on the title to the Prius?
That one is just like fully David.
Okay. And is there a note on the Prius alone?
Yeah, there's like a $220, I think he said, car payment.
And the name for on the loan is?
David.
Okay.
That one's fully.
Got it. Mr. Polanco. That was it. That was my question.
Yeah.
Mr. Polanco, do you have any follow-up for Mr. Terry? Based on what he and I just discussed?
Yeah.
While you're thinking, do you have any follow-up, Ms. Yarber?
No, Judge.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay. Mr. Terry, you can step down. Mr. Polanco, do you have any other witnesses?
No, sir. The defense rests.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any rebuttal, Ms. Yarber? The evidence in the case is closed. You have heard all the testimony, and the documents that have been admitted will go back with you when you deliberate. You'll get those. So all that's left are closing arguments from the two sides, and then my charge to you, the law that you must apply to whatever facts you find in this case. So we are in the home stretch. We are going to resume tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So you have the morning off. I will not tell your employers that you have the morning off, but if you want to go to work in the morning, you can, and just say, I won't see you in the afternoon. We'll start at 1, so you need to have eaten lunch already if you are a lunch eater. Don't come at 1 saying, when's the lunch break? But at 1 o'clock, we'll start with whichever side is given the first opening. We'll hear what the lawyers have to say. You'll hear what I have to say, and then you will dive into your deliberations. Okay? Any logistical questions about that? You made a sad face. Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be done tomorrow.
That'll be up to you. You will get the case tomorrow, and then you'll begin deliberating, and we'll see what happens.
When you were initially questioning travel, blah, 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 I'm leaving town Friday morning.
Okay. Well, then we will let you leave town Friday morning. We will not interfere. Is that a prepaid personal vacation, or for work you're going to Vegas?
I'm not from either. I'm driving to Nashville to meet my sister and my niece.
Okay. All right. Let's cross that bridge if we get to it. All right. But thank you for putting that on our radar. Here's Ms. Hansberry.
It's okay. Gordon's got the message to you.
Okay. You have a message to give to the jurors? I don't get the message. All right. Definitely not for me. It's good for you guys. So 1 o'clock tomorrow, come well-rested, re-energized. The lawyers are going to sum up everything you heard, distill it for you in their different directions, and then you'll get the law and a verdict form, and you'll be off and running, okay? Please, no outside research. Now the evidence is closed, so you can't go look anything else. If you don't have enough, you don't have enough, and that goes to the burden of proof. And you'll work through that when you deliberate. Don't talk about the case with other people. And Deputy Gordon, question?
Bus, I don't know the time of the bus.
Yes, by midday, the shuttle runs only every half hour. So if you are, what are the colors of the lots? Red and yellow? Silver lot. Those lots that you've been parking in for free, and then the shuttle is usually kind of copper colored. Hop on that, but you'll want to catch the 12:30, because if you roll into that lot at 12:45, the next one won't be until 1.
So it runs on a half hour.
Well, I wouldn't set your watch to this shuttle, but I would get to that parking lot before 12:30 if you want to be here by 1. Okay? It might leave at 12:32 and not 12:30, but 12:30-ish, what they call it, top and bottom of the hour, is when it runs in the middle of the day. All right? Anything else?
We
Thanks,
good, Judge.
everyone.
We good. Wow. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, alternate. So 13 people, one not.
So we're still going to get you out of here about 5:30. I have two quick questions about the jury charge, and then we'll have our official charge conference.
We're not sticking around for that, Judge. Sorry. You can do the jury charge on your own. Tomorrow we're going to do part 1, and we also have Judge Clark in the morning. So I see we've got a thumbnail. Thank you very much, Red, for that. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone to make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning with some crazy court cases. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Buffer mod chat. Let's see. Let's see. Did we see this? Sent a photo. Whoa. Is this verified? Amber, is this legitimate? I don't know the source. Yes, okay. A federal judge has granted former Colleton County Clerk of Court Rebecca Hill's motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed against her by Alec Murdaugh. We'll have to dig into that a little bit tomorrow as well, because
Alex stole it as well. Alex stole it. Alec Murdaugh stole it.
it's time to go now. You guys have a great night. Case dismissed. We'll see you.